Hello, fellow followers, and welcome to FanZcene. And we're late as always. Welcome, Runner. Welcome, Tom. Thank you guys for coming back again tonight.
Hey kids, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? I can't do I ain't got the deep, cool voice. So.
pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
Right.
Good. Glad to hear.
Yeah. And yeah, like I was saying before we started, no, we don't have to rush or anything. I just didn't know if there was anything new because I hadn't seen much. So
actually, there's a few things.
Okay, let's go over what we got.
Well, we finally have a date for Halloween Kills, and we also have confirmation that it will be an extended cut with the alternate ending, and Best Buy will also have a Steelbook exclusive. Tinker Tailor Spy is coming to 4K. I think we mentioned that before, but we have a date now, February 22nd. Touch of Evil is coming on February 15th. That, of course, is the Orson Welles classic. That will have both versions of the film, I believe, the theatrical cut and a new reassembly cut of the movie. For those who actually give a shit, Looper is coming to 4K on February 15th.
I haven't seen it, but I own it on like DVD or something.
Here's a classic. Murphy's Law is hitting Blu-ray on February 22nd from good old Kino Lorber. Cosmic Dawn, the new film, is coming on February 15th. Remo Williams, another classic starring Fred Ward and Joel Grey, will hit Blu-ray from Kino Lorber also on February 15th. Let's see, we have Annie Live, which was that TV thing, but nobody gives a shit. Clifford the Big Red Dog, the brand new one, will come out on February 1st. It doesn't say if there's a 4K version of that. It looks like it might just be Blu-ray for now. We'll see. Another couple of big titles. Let's see here. There was a couple. As far as rumors, I think we mentioned last week that Christmas Vacation is looking like it's possible for next year.
For 4K, right?
Yep. And then
oh, nice. I love that movie.
There was another rumor I heard, but I can't remember offhand what it was. But the other big news, Escape from LA is hitting 4K Blu-ray from Paramount.
I did forget about that one. I did see that
February 22nd. Now, which is funny because it will actually
What about Escape from New York?
It will actually beat Escape from New York to 4K in the US.
Wow.
Although I would not be too surprised if Shout is on its way with one of those, because they've done every other one of the John Carpenter films that were released by Studio Canal overseas, which I have all those. So I already have Escape from New York. And of all those movies, I'll be honest with you guys, that's the one you're not missing much on. The 4K version doesn't add too much. The movie is so dark, like seriously, because the movie is in the dark most of the time.
Yeah.
So like, I went back to the Blu-ray because I like,
which movie?
Escape from New York. I'm like, this kind of because that looks like shit, and I'm like,
because
I went back to the old Blu-ray and it does look better, but I'm just like, wow, this is one of the few where the age and the darkness and just the way it was shot, just like the 4K didn't do much, but it'll be coming, I bet. From
it really is shot in the dark most of the time, and that's the only. I've only seen Escape from New York. I haven't seen Escape from.
No, I've seen Escape from LA on 4K. Because has been available on digital for a while. So since Shout remastered it like last year or whatever it was, a year before. Because this is not the Shout version, and as far as I can tell, none of the special features from that are carrying over. But it does look pretty decent in 4K, except for the CGI does not age well. Did not age well at all. But otherwise, the movie looked great in 4K, even though it's streaming. So I have high hopes for this disc, at least. And considering the job they've done so far with the very few releases Paramount has done, they've been decent. And of course, this week, the other thing that hit the streets that I didn't get a chance to watch yet, Karate Kid 4K.
You son of a bitch. I've been meaning to pick that up.
Yeah, the only new stuff on there, because, the first one is the one that's already been released. It's all the same. But part 2 does have a couple of special features on it. It has a new commentary with Ralph Macchio and Tomlin Tomita, a deleted scene, and a theatrical trailer. So there you go.
Nice.
I want that so badly.
Roger Rabbit Steelbook this week, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah. I wonder if they've made more edits on that movie.
I don't think they've done any more since the last time. There's only been like 3 edits that I know of, I think. So, And the first one was originally done way back when, and that was when they put panties back on Jessica Rabbit. And the other one was where Baby Herman is sticking his finger up a dress in the beginning when he goes underneath the dress. They took the finger out, and then can't remember what the other one was, but there's only like one other thing that they messed with. But people were wondering if they were going to take the one line out from Donald Duck that kind of sounds like he's saying a bit of a no word.
No.
Let's just say he refers to Daffy with a racial slur. It sounds like.
Yes, and
a
it's
stubborn
really bad.
Something or other. Let's say.
Yeah. I'm really surprised they haven't edited that out a long time ago.
I'm not sure anybody really caught it before, and I've never really thought for sure, but enough people have brought it up to me now where I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it. I know the movie so well, I could recite it by heart. So when I watch this, I'll be able to tell if there's probably something off for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And also, I don't know if you know, but we could possibly be getting a 4K restoration of Reanimator from Jeffrey Combs and
I saw you brought that up, and I've been hearing a little bit about that too. I wouldn't be surprised.
I watched a little bit of that video.
Did you? That's thanks. It's a short one. I just put a short one out.
I've never seen those movies, but yeah,
they're crazy. They're good if you like 80s horror and dark humor and H.P. Lovecraft and just all kinds of craziness.
It looks cool. I'll check it out at some point.
It's good. I got all three of them. So, but yes, Brian Yunzna. I can never pronounce his last name right. He said that it's in the works, and he was the director of part 2 and 3. So, and the producer on the first one.
Yeah. The Ten Commandments did get re-released last week as well on 4K.
Oh yeah, did it? I know they came out on 4K not too long ago.
Last year, but now they re-released it in a steelbook, and it comes with the silent film from 1921 as well.
Oh, the original. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, there you guys go. All the rundown of what's the latest and greatest to come. To build your physical media collection. So get out there and get.
I did get a couple of 4Ks this week, but I haven't got a chance to watch them yet.
I got a shit ton of 4K.
Yeah, I showed the picture to you guys. I got like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And I did get, snap, kids. I was hoping to get a chance to check this out, but I didn't get to yet. But for next week, I'll try to have a report ready. What is Mill Creek up to?
Street Fighter. Ooh.
But this does have new features on it, but we'll see if it's a new scan at all.
Oh, nice.
But it does have new interviews, new featurettes. So we'll see how much Mill Creek put into what appears to be their first Steelbook Special Edition.
I'm interested because I think we bullied them into changing their website.
I think we may have even bullied them into this release, to be honest.
We might have.
There's one guy from Mill Creek listening. He's like, those motherfuckers, they'll see. We'll give them a good movie, and then they'll know.
They'll know we can play with the big boys. We're right up there to shout.
Well, they charged $20 for it, so there you go.
Yeah, it's not bad. And it does look like a beautiful steelbook. So
yeah, I'm not a big fan of steelbooks, but I do kind of like the looks of this one. It's kind of nice.
That's pretty cool. And we do have a $2 super chat here from Legends of the Brave Bard by CT Janes. Season's greetings from my fantasy realm to yours. Well, season greetings to you, Legends of the Brave Bard. This guy writes some really cool fantasy novels. You can get them on Amazon.
You must get good reception in your fantasy realm. We're coming through loud.
Thank you for the super chat. Much
thank you. Am I breaking up because I was bro button bad?
No, you're fine.
No, you're fine. You were backstage.
I like
this. I'll check. Hang on. That's a damn good question, and it's a valid one. No, it feels like a standard steelbook.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's only like one or two companies that actually make these steelbooks, from what I know. So. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This looks nice. Okay, that's so here we go. Actually, I just opened it, so I might as well just show you guys. So here it slides off. Street Fighter logo, and then you get the full poster on the one back, and you get cool M. Bison.
That's pretty neat. I do like that.
Is the Street Fighter movie good?
Oh,
I've heard,
nice.
Like mixed things.
No, it sucks.
No, it's horrible movie, but it's a fun watch. It's just fun as hell to watch.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's so bad, it's kind of good movies. And I got some money with Raul Julia's face on it.
The bison
That
money.
is fucking cool. I got $100 and bison money. That is neat. I got to give them props without actually seeing it. Mill Creek might be getting their shit together.
Mill Creek, hit us up. We'll talk to some people over there. But come on here. We'll talk to you guys. We won't make fun of you no more. I promise.
This could be a turn. This could be a moment.
Yeah, I think you're starting to.
If we played any part,
I just asked because I've been super hesitant to watch that movie in particular, and I don't know. Here's the thing: I've never been a huge Street Fighter fan. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I like Mortal Kombat a lot more. Like, you know me, I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. It's just the fighting, and it's so brutal, and Street Fighter is just meh compared to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
so that's why I've never been a
basically we had 4 movies come out really quickly that were based on video games, and video gaming was really hot there off of. So you had Super Mario Brothers, you had Double Dragon, you had Mortal Kombat, and you had Street Fighter. And all of those, Street Fighter sucked ass. Mortal Kombat was decent.
Yes.
Double Dragon's probably the worst of the 4.
I almost forgot about that.
And I think Mill Creek put that out too as well.
Did they?
I think MVP did.
No, MVP did.
I've seen clips of that Super Mario Brothers,
and then there's Super Mario Brothers, which is a completely look, as a Super Mario movie, it fails on every level. As a steampunk movie or a cyberpunk movie, I mean, it's brilliant. I love it. Okay,
yeah, it doesn't like look like a Mario movie. Or like Mario anything. It looks like just.
I mean, I will put it like that. With Mario and Street Fighter, they're just movies you got to see because they're fun watches regardless. And I like them unironically, even though I know they're really shitty movies. It's like fun and entertaining.
It's the same. It's the same with like Mortal Kombat. Like it's cheesy as shit, but it felt like Mortal Kombat.
Those 2 movies would make a great double feature or triple feature. I mean, with like something like Howard the Duck, or what's another one I was just thinking of and I forgot. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, check them out. They're some of them they range from, so bad they're good to just bad with Double Dragon. Double Dragon,
and I know some, and I've heard some people say Mortal Kombat Annihilation is like it's so bad it's so good. No, it is so bad it's bad. I fucking hate that movie.
Double Dragon might be better than that.
I honestly think
really?
It is. Yeah,
I have not seen Double Dragon since before you were born, Runner, but
oh
man. I'm probably not even exaggerating.
No, because I remember the first time I watched like both of those Mortal Kombat movies, and I mean it was like years ago, and then like I enjoyed the first one just because it was just fun. But then I put on Annihilation, not expecting it to be as bad as I thought, and holy shit, that hurt me. Like that hurt my brain so badly. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like as soon as they killed off Johnny Cage, I was just like, this movie sucks ass.
It is.
Yeah. And then oh my god, I could just the fucking
you could rant about the Mortal Kombat movies all the time.
Exactly. The fucking animalities are fucking horrendous. like the Liu Kang and Shao Kahn animality fight where they both turn into dragons and shit. Fucking horrible.
Good old 90s CGI, man. Tom hasn't seen Double Dragon since 2004.
Probably about that 94, 95, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's been a while for myself as well. I think maybe the last time I watched it was when it came out on VHS.
That's what I mean. It's been at least that.
Yeah, it's been at least that. Same here. But Runner, let's start with you tonight. You said you got a little something you wanted to show right up the bat. So what do you got?
Yeah, I got a collector's item, and it was just delivered to me. This is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. I absolutely love this. I already have this one on like normal Blu-ray, but I'm very happy I got this because it's got like the 3D Blu-ray as well.
Man Still. I do
Love
like
this
the.
fucking
I do
thing.
like that case though.
Oh my god, this case is amazing. You open it up. It comes with a stand. I already took that out. But you get one of these, right?
Yeah.
And you open it up. You get Superman in one. This is the 3D. This is the 3D Blu-ray. There's Zod. Fuck. I fucking hate these things sometimes. And then there's your Blu-ray. I wish the discs were more intact. I would say that's what they should have done, because those things move like every fucking time, and I hate that. But yeah, there's Zod. Then there's your special features in the middle, and then there's your just normal DVD.
Nice.
So you get 4 discs with this.
And it's 4K.
No, this is
Oh, it's just
before.
Blu-ray.
What's that one?
This is the
Okay,
special. Yeah, this is the
I
This is
never
the
got that one.
collector's.
I probably should have.
Yeah, this is the collector's item. It comes with a 3D version of the movie.
Yeah.
I could not use the digital code for this, sadly. I think it's because it's in a different region. Like the whole text was in Spanish or some shit.
Yeah, I seen a bunch of those for sale for dirt cheap. So yeah, they probably picked up.
Yeah,
a bunch
so
on,
that there was
buyback.
one more on Amazon. I was just like, fuck it, I'll buy it. And I got
standard.
The Blu-ray.
Yeah, my standard Blu-ray that I've had for a while.
But
and I have it on. Huh?
Glizner wants to know, is the packaging as bad as Citizen Kane Criterion?
It's almost similar to that. I mean, my biggest
Does it
problem.
fold out or does it fold in different?
How do I say this? Because when I opened this up, that's what I immediately thought was the whole Citizen Kane thing from Criterion. Because the problem is when you open this up,
Oh Jesus!
like these discs,
yeah.
they can fall out.
Yeah,
it's not as bad, but it's similar. Yeah, I don't.
No,
like
it's
that
not as
at all.
bad.
I'm glad I didn't get that now that I see that. Because I don't like the movie all that much anyway. But
no, I know you don't.
It might look. It looks like it might come with another disc than mine. I got the 3D version, so
okay. I mean, I've seen the 3D version in the case, but I thought I'd just get it with this. Just why not? And I like the disc art better, just because in the standard Blu-ray, it's just these gray discs, and I'm like, which is fine, it's the pod from.
I remember that was
Krypton.
expensive as shit when it came out. That's why I didn't get it.
Yeah, that first one. I ended up buying it when it was new, and I kind of regret buying it when it was new. I mean, I liked the movie. I like this Man of Steel. When the Blu-ray was new when it came out, it was actually kind of expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
How much?
I can't remember, but then it was got real cheap real quick afterwards.
I don't know. I paid $35 just for the straight 3D Blu-ray version.
Oh yeah, I paid like $26, I think, for the
but these discs, you actually get a cover image of Superman, and then more of a red.
Yeah, it's got better art on it. It looks like.
Yeah,
exactly. It most of it's his cape. I like that more. I like that so much more than the standard Blu-ray, and I do have it on 4K. It came with the Zack Snyder trilogy on 4K, so. But those don't come with special features. Because you need a special features disc for Man of Steel.
Gotcha. But that's cool. I like that. I do like that packaging on that.
Yeah, and it's fucking awesome. And the stand, it actually cracked.
Well, that sucks.
No,
way to go, runner.
No, I'll show you. You see it?
See it? Cracked right down the S.
Crack right down your ass.
Crack right down your ass.
No, because I was trying to put this thing in there, and it just it cracked, and I'm like, fuck. It didn't shatter. It just it's a little crack.
Yeah, that's what they say a lot. You have a little crack. So
does it still hold it up at least or no?
Yeah, it does. That's all that really matters. It does hold up.
That's cool.
Well, the movie itself, I don't want to get into because we'll be here all fucking night.
Yeah, I plan to like glue this thing just because like it's like really loose.
We're talking about loose cracks and everything.
Goddamn loose cracks.
Damn loose cracks out there. It's everywhere in my face. No, but that's a good one, Runner. It's a good pick. But yeah, like
it's a great collector's item if you're really like big into physical media and shit.
Yes. See, I do like that. I mean, like Tom said, we've exhausted this subject and we could talk about
that's why
I know
that's why I picked it first, just so we can move on to the good stuff.
But I do like that. So that was a good. That's a good pickup. Tom, what do you got for us for the first pick of the night here?
Oh boy, what do I got? Let's start with a CD, which is a rare thing that comes out nowadays, right?
Yes.
But we got a brand new CD of Ghostbusters Afterlife on. There you go. That's the score. But hey, it's a nice to have a soundtrack release, even on a CD release in general. So yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I played a lot of the tunes on Mead Radio.
Speaking of music and soundtracks and all that, I got a record player recently.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna be collecting all that kind of stuff soon.
Cool. I like that, Tom. I like that. It is very, like you said, it is very rare nowadays that you get a CD release of the soundtrack, and a lot of it is geared towards vinyl now too. So.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often that you can only get it on vinyl now, which is like the reversal of what it was 30 years ago. But yeah,
I like vinyl.
So do I.
Depends on what the master is. That's a whole nother discussion.
HVP says, "Is the CD in 4K?"
No.
That's pretty cool. And unfortunately, I still have not got to see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
What?
I know. I'm missing out. It's just I've been so freaking busy lately, and I just have not had time to do jack.
Greg, this is what I do. If you know your schedule, if you can like find out when you're not so busy or not busy at all, just go to see it that day. It's probably going to still be in theaters for quite a bit, just because it's doing really well and it's a lot of people are loving it. I would say maybe go when Spider-Man No Way Home comes out, just because more people are going to see that.
That would be hard because, like, if I go see Spider-Man No Way Home, that's like a 3-hour movie, so because it would be hard not to want to peek in on that. But I'll get to see it. Don't worry, guys. I'll get to see it, and then
because
I'll be able to talk about it better. So since
I'm gonna see No Way Home opening night with some buddies of mine. Tickets were almost sold out in my theater.
Yeah, my only real complaint is they don't give Elmer Bernstein credit on the front cover. He really should. He does on the back, but because it's like original Ghostbusters original themes by Elmer Bernstein. It's like 90% of this soundtrack it's basically just Elmer's music redone. It's like it's very
that's exactly what I was like. Yeah,
I like it. It's a variation on it. Don't get me wrong, but like it's still like
no, I like it.
Much for new themes in there.
Yeah, it works for that It works for Afterlife when I saw that in the theater. But yeah, it's literally just redone music.
It's a great soundtrack, though. Even though a lot of it is kind of, I hate to use the term rehashed, but it is. But it's also reworked in a lot of ways. So it's refreshing. It feels like a classic soundtrack, like we haven't had in a long time. Because you get some of those Marvel ones, you can't tell them apart half the time.
True.
Otherwise, you got shit like Dune, where it's just
with Hans Zimmer.
That I like Hans Zimmer, but I will admit, some of his score was it was very much that.
Well, talking about Superman, like it's literally just like
no. Okay. No. You know what? You asked for this, motherfuckers. You guys said, "Oh,
I was
you
nice
don't want
to
talk
it till now."
That score is fucking brilliant. Okay,
compared to John Williams.
Yeah, I like it more than John Williams' score.
What?
Big fucking
What,
deal.
man?
Oh my God, you're an Andre
You know what?
lover.
Well,
Andre and I get into this all the time. I'm like, how?
I know. Well,
How?
here's the
How?
okay. Okay. It starts with the ba-boom, but then
That's
it,
like
picks-
comparing the Beatles to One
Okay.
Direction.
Motherfucker. Okay. It picks up later on if you listen to the whole entire
Yeah, give it to you. I got the
score,
soundtrack.
like,
I got it, but
yeah, like because when you listen to like the theme, it's just when it gets to doom da da da, like it's so good.
So much better.
literally says.
I mean, listen. I like
Exactly.
the John Williams score. I like Hans Zimmer's more.
I'll give it to you this way. I'm a tad biased because the Superman score is probably my all-time favorite score ever.
Same here.
No,
Same to me.
don't get me wrong. I like John Williams. I do, and I like his score for Superman. And I mean, I would say like Hans Zimmer's score for Zod is fucking amazing.
It's all right. John
All
Williams.
right.
I can't say
It's-
nothing else. I'll be
Yeah. John Williams, like HVP says here. John Williams, Hans Zimmer. Just saying.
That's fine. That's fine. I get it. Like my opinion, like it's not a popular opinion to say that
No, I
Hans
know.
Zimmer's Superman score is better than John Williams. I like John Williams. It just there's just something about Hans Zimmer's score that I see that others don't with his Man of Steel score. That's just me. And I'm someone who when I rewatch Man of Steel anytime, I pick out new things and the movie just gets better and better each time.
Okay.
Like it's one of those movies.
Since you guys brought up soundtracks, I'll start with the soundtrack I brought tonight. If you guys are ready.
I was waiting for this because I didn't get mine yet. God damn it. And I saw your picture, you little shit.
Yeah, I got
Which version did you get?
I got the 3.
That's what I got too, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a bad beast if you guys can see here.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Oh, I can't wait to get it.
It's
Yo, can you
really
guys hear
good.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
can
can
hear
hear
it. And then I'll pull out one of the. They each come wrapped in their separate little sleeves.
Am I lagging?
He can't hear
no.
us.
He can't hear us. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Greg. He can't hear us.
Yeah. So there's that. I'm trying not to get the glare, but there's that. And
That's
then,
great.
yeah, and I love the like.
Do they come with any digital versions though? Because
no, unfortunately, no
man,
digital.
that's what I was afraid of. The fucking splatter.
And well,
when
yeah.
I go to make a rip, all you're gonna hear is.
And each one, yeah, I like the way it looks. I know it's a splatter, but I like the way it looks. It's like each one gets like a little more flesh tone. So
That's
there's
cool.
that. Yeah, this is the one I got it this past week, and it's really good. I was glad to get it finally.
We should all like write that company and be like, give us MP3 versions at least.
That would be good. And then of course I got the stickers.
Oh, nice.
I
forgot about that. Yeah, the art on those is a little.
It's a little wonky, but I like them.
Wonky, yeah.
Like them, and then of course the TV guide for the episodes.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Sweet. Now we just need the episodes.
Yeah, that would be nice for that. And then of course finally I got the poster for the LP.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. There's that.
He glitched out.
Oh, where'd he go? Oh, I got to add him back in. You there, man? Did you
Hello?
glitch
Can
out?
you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Could you hear me? Or was I roboting?
Yeah, we could hear you. You were
We could hear
swearing. And
Because you guys were roboting like crazy, and then
we were talking shit
booted
about
me
you the
off.
whole time.
Yeah. We were just bad mouthing you.
We're like,
No, I'm just kidding,
he needs
man.
more better internet. This is so stupid.
Hey, it's once for me. It's not me tonight.
No, we were just talking about what his pick.
Yeah. So,
And I'm jelly because he got his already. Mine's been dispatched, but I just haven't got it yet.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool. I haven't got to listen to quite all of it, but it's pretty cool. So I'll like it. and I was so glad to have it. And of course, you get other things too. Like I got a pixie stick. I got a fortune teller fish. It's inside here, and
Comes with a pixie stick.
yeah, it comes with a pixie stick.
Oh fuck!
A fortune teller fish, and
Are they stuff from the
fuck?
episodes?
no, it's like other stuff.
Weird.
It's like other stuff to give you goodies. Like I got a Northland's Troll Sherlock.
Okay.
It's just like it's like a little extra stuff they throw in
All
there,
right.
I guess. So, oh, we got a $5 super chat. Sorry, from Glizner. Favorite movie soundtrack of all time, The Lost Boys gets my vote.
Well, if we're talking
That's
about
a good
pop
soundtrack.
soundtrack, if we're talking about pop soundtrack as opposed to score, ooh, God, pound for pound, it'd have to be somewhere between, at least for me personally, Beverly Hills Cop and, gosh,
It's a hard one.
yeah, there's some good ones. That's the problem. Lost Boys is really good though, but there's a couple that I would probably pick over that one. But anyway, yeah.
Does the Lost Boys soundtrack have the saxophone player doing music on it?
Yeah,
I think he does. I think he does have a song on there.
Even has his own Facebook page.
Yeah, he played music. But oh man, I don't know what I would say my favorite one would be. I know, like we've talked about it, but Superman the movie is my all-time favorite score. It just is.
Yeah.
From John Williams and all around any movie.
Yeah, same here.
So it just is. But as like a pop album, like with like pop music and stuff, that's
I
a
was
tough
always
one.
partial to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one too.
That's a good one.
But I don't know. Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop probably is one of my first pick.
See, that's the problem. Was like the '80s movies had such great soundtracks
ones, right?
all around.
Oh yeah,
Footloose was so great. I mean, Caddyshack was great.
Yeah.
Top Gun was great. All of them were great at that age. Like even La Bamba was great. Like that was one of my first ones I ever got.
La Bamba was a good one. And that movie that you just told me about.
Scores.
Yeah, John Carpenter's are. Oh man, his.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're talking scores, yeah.
Yeah, scores, man.
But yeah, he's definitely in a lot of the top 10. Between him and John Williams and Danny Elfman, they probably take on most of my top 10.
Yeah.
And then you got Jerry Goldsmith as well. Jerry Goldsmith, yeah, he's undersung in a lot of ways, yeah.
What about Danny Elfman?
Oh,
you just said Danny Elfman.
I did, yeah.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's hard, and even that movie you just told me about, Tom, like the sort of sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High was.
Wildlife. That's got a
great soundtrack to it.
Well,
man.
that's how I found out about that movie. Is I got that soundtrack LP in a lot. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's like I seen all the names and shit that are attached to it. I'm like, this looks almost like it's a sequel to fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and the soundtrack fits it. Jesus.
Yeah.
The Karate Kid
that's got a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, this Karate Kid, the Rocky 3 and Rocky 4 has got
all the Rockies, Karate Kids, yeah.
I mean, all the Rockies.
Back to the Future is a great soundtrack. Ghostbusters is a great soundtrack.
Absolutely, Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, absolutely.
Oh yeah, well that's why I have Mead Radio, kids.
Yep, Streets of Fire, man. I almost forgot. Streets of Fire's got a heck of a great soundtrack.
Yeah, Streets of Fire and Vision Quest. Vision Quest also has a ton of shit on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people forgot about the movie, but Flashdance, another great one.
Yeah.
No, the 80s kicked ass for soundtracks, man.
I mean, yeah, you could you list down the 80s movies, and right there's a soundtrack.
I mean, a lot of the ones we named are from the same fucking year.
Yeah, I mean, the 80s kicked ass in almost like any level.
All around,
and we just had this conversation the other day. Is like, what's funny is a lot of the IPs they're trying to make and redo now come from the 80s, and back in the 80s, those were original. And back then, when they did try to reboot stuff like the Lone Ranger and Tarzan and other shit like that, and Robin Hood and stuff. 9 times out of 10, it fell flat on its fucking face. Like Superman was one of the rare exceptions, but that had also been the first time he'd really been given big screen treatment, right? Like, so I mean, and I made that argument. It's like if you go back and if you take away, like if you do like they do movies now today, go back to the 80s and do movies then like they do now, the only movies that would have gotten made that got made then would have basically just been like Superman and Batman. That'd have been about it. Like, because none of those other original films would have ever gotten made. Like, because think about it. Like, name 3 original IPs that have launched franchises that are brand new in the last decade, aside from John Wick. I bet you can't.
You can't. You really can't.
No.
You can't.
Not really. Not in the last 5 years to a decade. It's really tough.
Yeah. And then like
And
Footloose,
most of them
forgot
that you
about
can think
Footloose.
of, and most of them that you can think of already come from an existing IP source.
True. That's all they care about is like the name and what they can do with that. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Tarantino soundtracks. Don't even get me started, man.
yeah, Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown soundtracks
Hell
are
yeah.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Let's get together.
Yeah, but you're right, Tom. You hit the nail on the head, man.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
Like 80s and 90s are amazing. Even the 70s were amazing too, of course. Like that, those 3 decades up through about mid 90s were amazing. And
Yeah.
then that latter part of the 90s things started tapering off.
That's when it started going into the 2000s, and it was just yeah. I would even say Scream has a great soundtrack for the first
Oh
one.
yeah, all 3
Oh,
of
it
them do,
does.
actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about the 4th one, but
I've only seen the first Scream, but that's because I saw it like recently.
Scream 2 and
Yeah.
3 are good. 4 is
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I'm more worried about this new one. 4 was surprisingly better than it had the right to be.
See, I
I
don't
think
like 4 at all.
I kind of liked 4 because, not to give too much away, it does comment on reboots.
See, that's that's the only good thing I've found within Scream 4 that I like.
And it kind of works. Like, it's not nearly as good as the first 3.
No, it's not at all. Personally, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think they should have just stopped at 3 because I thought it told a really roundabout good story. I mean, you can debate whether or not I don't want to spoil the third movie for anybody that's seen it, but
just make it a trilogy.
Debate around about what exactly the reveal of the third movie with who the killer is, what it did to the first movie and everything, but I think it works.
I think
in my
it fits
opinion.
because I was part of those forums back then when the first film came out, back in the early days of the internet, where we would talk about the possible third. There had to be a third killer.
Right.
We kept saying that, and so the third movie, whether it was intended that way or not, retroactively made that true. So I like that, and I actually like the third film more than most people do.
I agree because I think I like the third. I like the first 3 movies. I absolutely love. I'm sure there's flaws in them, but I think it's a great story from 1 to 3.
Yeah, the movies themselves I enjoy. The problem with Scream I have is the effect it had on horror. It was the end of an era. Like that was it. Things were not going to be the same after that. Everything was trying to be Scream. It was the first big revival boom we had for horror films, and it just
Right. I mean,
it kind of ruined things for a lot of years.
It did because I mean, I kind of liked I Know What You Did Last Summer, but then by the time they got to that second one, it was just ridiculous.
Oh, I hated the first one. Did I ever tell you the story about seeing that in theater? Oh, my buddy drugged me to it.
Which movie?
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I liked the first one. I mean, it's not great, but it's
well, of course. You know, they advertised this whole thing about from Kevin Williamson, the guy who made Scream, and all this business that came out. And I didn't just looked at it and was like, oh, it's just a Scream ripoff. And my buddy's like, oh no, you got to go see it. It's better than Scream. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. So he drugged me to it. Of course, he was the driver. So we get into the movie. I would have walked out had I not been the one who didn't drive. But I was stuck there because he not only drove, but he paid for it. Because I told him I'm not paying for it. I'm like, if I end up liking it, I'll pay you back. But I'm not paying for it because chances are I don't have a feeling I'm going to like it. Well, 10, 15 minutes into the movie, I'm starting to call everything that's going to happen, everybody who's going to die. I mean, to a T. And to the point where somebody behind us got pissed. They're like, hey, motherfucker, if you've seen the movie, quit spoiling it for everybody. And I'm like, that's the problem. I haven't. And
it is rather predictable.
Yeah, and again, I'm not trying to take anything away from people who liked it, but that was where I knew at that moment, like, oh shit.
That's why it's like I'll agree with you.
Effect is in full effect. I was like,
yeah, like urban
legends and
yeah, that's what they're asking here about urban legends. I didn't care for urban legends, but yeah, it's just another ripoff. But see, I kind of liked
into H2O and a bunch of other movies and
stuff.
It
did, and then yeah, but like. I Know You Did Last Summer. It's not great. I liked it on a level of like, I knew it was kind of like a bad cheesy movie and
Okay,
a
I'll give it to you
ripoff.
this way. Like, in compared to a lot of the other ripoffs, yeah, it's much better than those. I'll
Yeah,
probably admit that. But
and to be honest, I kind of had a crush on
Jennifer
Jennifer Love
Love
Hewitt.
Hewitt,
She had a nice rack. What can I say?
yeah, Jennifer
Oh
Love Hewitt
hell
chicks.
yeah!
So yeah, yes, your next is actually a pretty good one. Yes,
I
Great
don't think I've
Unpredictable
seen that
Session.
one.
It's
See,
a
that's the
newer
thing.
one.
That whole thing kind of really turned me off of horror for a long time.
I agree, because like up until like Scream, I hadn't like seen a like whole bunch of horror other than like the mainstays, and then like when I watched Scream, I was like full on Randy. You know what I mean? Like I like connected with him, and I was like, I want to know about all these horror movies, and that's when I really got into like really learning about horror. But then once you get past into the '90s, from that point on, when because I started watching Joe Bob Briggs and going back to the '80s and everything, and then you start getting into like urban legend and all that, and it's kind of just like it becomes like these movies aren't any good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I feel it. But yeah, there we have that. So Runner, will go to you for your second pick of the night.
All right, cool.
Final Destination was good though.
All right, can you hear me? I'm just
Yeah.
asking because you guys are cracking up a little bit, but you should be fine now, I guess.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. So this is a 3-film collection on 4K. Pretty cool pickup. I've seen all 3 of these movies, and well, I haven't seen one of them in a while, but it's the Stanley Kubrick 3-film collection on 4K.
Nice pickup.
So yeah, this one comes with The Shining, 2001, The Space Odyssey, and Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket's probably my favorite out of the 3 in this set. That might be an
Oh,
unpopular
you were
opinion,
good
but
until then. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no, because I know some people like I think 2001: A Space Odyssey is good. It hasn't gotten like I need to like I need
That
to
one doesn't have Clockwork Orange in it, though, does it?
no, but I did buy a Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
Oh, you bastard! You got it before me.
I still have an extra copy of that.
I still
I need to get it.
I still haven't seen a Clockwork Orange yet. I do plan on watching it at some point. I know Tom said I probably won't like it, but I just
You
bought
might.
it just
I'm curious to see what you think. I'm
Yeah, 'cause
surprised you like 2001, to be honest with you, at
I mean,
all.
well, how do I say this? Like, I like how, I think the music is the best part, in my opinion. Like,
Cool.
that classical music, I loved that. I think it works very well for that time. Like, I don't like it like most people do, if that makes sense, Tom. Like, most people say it's like the best sci-fi movie or it's a masterpiece. Like, I haven't gotten there yet. Like,
That's a fair.
like
I wasn't surprised. Yeah.
yeah,
Surprising.
like I can watch it. Like, I understand how important, it is, and I like the sets and all that. I think that was just great. I like the camera angles and stuff and how like that kind of works to make you feel like it is in space. I feel like that's really well done. My only gripe, I guess I would say, is like I couldn't like watch 2001 like the whole way through in one day. Like I think
That's fair.
I've like watched like one part and then like stopped, and then I like went to like the middle part the next day, and then I like finished the end like a third day.
Yeah, it's a strange experience the first time because the majority of the story is in the last quarter of the film.
Yeah, it's weird because because that entire beginning with like the apes and shit, I'm just like it's like 20 minutes long, more than that. And I'm just like, what movie am I watching? A Planet of the Apes movie or a space movie?
It's
I am
the dawn of man.
Yeah, like I understood the point of
No,
that scene. Yeah, I understand the point of that scene, through like a scientific perspective, but like it is so damn long. I'm so confused. When are we gonna get to the space stuff? And I'm like, finally, like pretty much like 30 minutes in, like, all right, there it is.
no, and it's totally fair, and I can understand that. But I'm out of curiosity. Did you look to see when this movie came out, or did you know at
Yeah, it
all?
was
Or-
like it was like it was
Okay.
like it was in the 60s, right?
Yeah, I was curious if when you thought it actually was made, considering the special effects. Because
Yeah.
first of all, that's the thing that really captured everybody. Because like the special effects were 10 years ahead, if not more than them.
No, I was gonna say like the whole movie, like overall, like just for when that came out, I'm just like I could see why people fucking love this movie. I just need to grow into it.
No,
And
and I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
because there are even some parts that like I'll say like yeah, as of like this first viewing, it moves kind of slow for me. Like Shining was one that I watched for the first time, I think around like sophomore or freshman year. I was at a friend's house and we were just, it was late at night. We ordered pizza and we watched The Shining the whole way through, and that like
Yeah.
that was great.
I love
Yeah,
The
Shining is nonstop. But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And Full Metal Jacket, I didn't expect to like that movie as much as I did. I fucking love it.
Okay, before we get to that though, I will say this.
Yeah.
The thing about 2001, which is great, is the sequel ties into that movie really well. And I know it's not a popular opinion, but I like 2010.
I've actually heard it was pretty good.
It
I've yet
does.
to see that one.
I feel like people who like feel like the first film might be a little boring or slow will actually enjoy 2010 more.
I didn't even know that was a movie.
Yeah, it's actually the sequel. It wasn't done by Kubrick, but it ties into the first movie, much like Doctor Sleep did to The Shining.
Okay.
Very similarly.
I'm very hesitant to see Doctor Sleep.
I
be
liked
honest with
Doctor
you.
Sleep quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
A lot more than I thought I was going to. I haven't watched the extended cut yet, but it's been only like a year or two since it came out, but like, yeah, I barely have had time to watch it, but I only saw the first one in the theater, but yeah, or first version, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2010 is great. The effects don't live up to the first film, but it does give a lot of answers that are kind of left open in 2001. But I mean, to me, it's all there to kind of give you the answers, but like I see what you mean. Like you really didn't need to sit there for 20 minutes to set up that the monolith has been there since the beginning of man.
Yeah, exactly.
all that kind of
like
shit.
you
Yeah.
could have exactly. You could have just made that like you could have just made that like at least like less than 10 minutes, at least in my opinion. But like I understood where Kubrick was going with it. It just felt like I was watching like a National Geographic documentary
Well,
at
that
one
was kind of what he
point.
was trying to do in a weird way. Like at the same time, this came out in Cinerama and it was a 70 millimeter, and it was a bit so like when people would go see this in the theater, it was it was kind of like more than just seeing a standard movie. It was supposed to be an experience. Like it really took advantage of multiple because it actually had like a 6 channel sound, but not the way we have it now. It was a completely different setup. So like they did their best to recreate that with the Dolby Atmos soundtrack on the 4K Blu-ray, but like the experience itself, it was one of those things where you're supposed to be like almost like the equivalent of going to like a Pink Floyd concert. Like that's kind of the way people treated it, because when it first came out, it was just kind of like meh. People like were just like whatever, and then the hippie culture, like people started going to see it stoned. So the fucker played for years because of that. Like it was just one of those movies where everybody would go see it at midnight showings at the Cinerama Dome and shit. Like the Cinerama showed it for like years, I guess. And if you don't know what the Cinerama is, Metal Runner, it's just like this. You know how you go to a theater now and they have the kind of curved screens?
Yeah.
It's similar to that, but it actually curved out and around the actual audience. And it was actually filmed.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it was actually filmed in a way to where it would fit on that. But if you look at it on a standard screen, if you look at it, it looks like it's a smiley face. It's a really weird shape, unlike regular widescreen. So like that film was actually filmed in two different ways. It was filmed with the standard 70 millimeter, and it was also shot in Cinerama. So there's technically two different versions of that movie. There's a few movies like that, but yeah,
like
they're almost exactly the same though. So yeah,
I didn't even know this at the time, but like didn't 2001 like have a re-release on IMAX at some point?
I think they did something a few years back that kind of for the special for an anniversary edition.
Yeah, that's what I've
when
heard.
They did the restoration that I think they based this from.
Yeah, because I feel like that movie would be cool, like on IMAX.
So what else was in that package? That was
I said The Shining.
Shining. Okay, and you like that one, and then
Yeah, Full Metal
One of my
Jacket.
okay, so
favorites.
Full Metal Jacket. Here's the one that I love but hate.
That one's my favorite.
I'll be honest, I don't like it. I don't
I
like Full
like
Metal
the first
Jacket.
half,
Love it.
but like Stripes, I feel like the movie should have ended at boot camp, and it should have never went to Vietnam.
I could see that.
It's like two different
could see
movies.
that.
It is.
I like that, honestly.
It's not,
I get it, but
it's not that I don't like the movie. I mean, because it's got really good stuff in it, but it's like Tom just pointed out, it's a very uneven movie in the sense that it's like two films that
like I'll admit
pushed.
I mean the first half is probably the better, like it's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with the sergeant's like the best part because he makes me fucking laugh.
Oh yeah, that's Arlie Emery's greatest performance.
It is.
I know, like, no, because I remember when I saw that movie and I'm just like, this guy has to be a real fucking drill sergeant.
He was, yeah.
I know, and then I found out, like, my dad had told me that, and I'm just like, I was like, I thought so because he was so good in this movie, and you know, a very young.
Told. Basketball pussy is mighty cold.
It's so catchy. Good. It's that the marching songs are so fucking catchy too.
Well, like maybe here's the thing, I'm curious, and I hate to question Kubrick's genius, but I just wonder if you would have recut this movie to where if all of like it started in Vietnam, and then you did flashbacks to boot camp. So that
might have made the movie better.
I think it might have been a little bit more palatable.
That would be interesting. I would like to see,
because
like,
otherwise, to me, I felt like Kubrick missed one little thing with this, and that was end it there, because then this is the only Vietnam movie where you never get to Vietnam. The war is at home. Like that's kind of the whole.
That would have been a much more interesting movie.
Yeah, see, because the Vietnam stuff is good. It's some of the greatest Vietnam stuff on screen, but it pales in comparison to that first hour, because after that, you're just like, my God, the climax is in the middle of the fucking movie, unfortunately.
Right.
Because the Gomer Pyle scene, that's the movie. That's the climax right there. When he's got him in the bathroom, that's it. That's the scene everybody fucking remembers, right? Like,
right.
That was the peak of that movie, and it's just like, oh man. And I really hate to have a fan cut that, because I really don't think anybody should touch Kubrick, right? Like, it's like, don't do that. It would be an interesting fan cut if somebody can make a way that it would work with like flashbacks. But
I was going to say, like, I was gonna say, like, I feel like I was gonna say maybe a fan edit could work, but at the same time that may not even work just because of Kubrick as a director and just
right.
And his work and all that. But I like Full Metal Jacket.
I do too. I love it. It's a great film, but it's like, it reminds me of Stripes, and that's why I bring it up, because Stripes is great too. But again, same problem with Stripes. The climax is in the middle of the movie.
So that's,
after they graduate, it goes downhill in the like that shit should be like a sequel.
I think that's why I never really cared much for it.
Oh, I love Stripes, but I always end up
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket. Sorry.
Yeah. I think that's why I never much cared for Full Metal Jacket, like you said, because it's like the climax ends with that, and you're like, and it's still going, and it's like, okay, I'm kind of like losing interest now. So,
yeah, that's my exact. And the weird thing is, get this shit, kids. I don't know why my parents let me watch this movie, but they let me watch it when it first came out.
Good Lord,
that shit traumatized the shit out of me. Yeah,
like holy shit!
Whoa.
I mean, the stuff with Vincent D'Onofrio and all that. Yeah, I could see that.
Well, here's the thing: my dad was a vet. He didn't talk about it a lot, unless he was drunk, and like they would let me for some reason. That's why I got to see Rambo and Platoon. For some reason, that's how my dad would tell me about Vietnam, because he wouldn't talk about it, but whenever a movie like that would come out, those were the few rare occasions they would let me see an R-rated movie, unless it was something like RoboCop, where they kind of saw it as mostly harmless, like it's just cartoon kind of over the top action kind of shit.
Yeah.
Even
I don't know if
Terminator, though, they were real reluctant to let me see until the second one came out. I didn't get to see the first one until just before the second one. Yeah.
That's funny. The first Radar movie I ever saw when I was like really little, because my parents like wouldn't let me at the time. But you know, my mom and dad, they were just like, let's watch Terminator, like the first one, because it was on Netflix at the time. And I'm just like, why is this rated R? Like, I mean,
oh, I know. In retrospect,
I know the part that creeped me, I know the part that like not scared me, but it like creeped me out was when Arnold cuts his eye out.
Yeah,
in the
and
first Terminator
that's
movie.
why my mom wouldn't let me watch it, I guess, because of that visceral shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember seeing that and it's like, oh my God. It was like the craziest thing I've seen from a movie at that time.
Yeah, like they were really kind of
And
weird on how they would
then
let
I
me see
didn't
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't see the second one till like much later over the years.
Yeah.
Of course, the second one is much more tamer than the first one.
Yeah,
really.
way tamer.
Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
surprised it's rated R. If it came out now, outside of the swear words, it'd be PG-13.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
it's true. And like my first, like I was never really allowed to watch full on radar movies, but my parents didn't really much care. But my brother was like the one that was really into horror, and like the first like hard R rated movie like I remember seeing is like I've talked about it before is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, and the marionette scene with the kid.
Nice.
It still fucks me up to today. I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
Really?
I close. Nope. Whenever that scene comes on, I close my eyes because I saw it when I was like 5, and it fucked me up bad. It scared. I could not have a puppet around me.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite. If something that scared me as a kid, it turns me on later in life, and I don't mean that like sexually. I mean it's like that's why I got into things.
I was gonna say
no. Like I mean literally, not like sexually. Like that's what got me into all this shit. Like, 'cause Gremlins scared the hell out of me.
So like it's like
And
I was
from
never
that
like
moment
full
on, it was like
scared.
Huh?
I
was never
too
like full on scared of
Gremlins, but I
stuff.
liked it.
It was just like something about that marionette scene. Just like I can't watch it. To this day, I mean, I absolutely love Dream Warriors. It's my favorite, but I can't. I close my eyes when that scene comes on.
Stuff like that, I don't know why, but as I grew up, because like that was just like I just kind of learned how movies were made, and then it was like none of that shit bothered me.
Exactly. Same. It's like once you start learning about them and what goes into them, it's like none of it doesn't. It's not scary anymore. But it's still so fun to watch.
Well, that was what it was, because I mean I was like 4 years old or whatever when I saw Gremlins, right? And like my parents, that's how we kind of like, they're just puppets, they're this, that, and the other, and that just kind of sent me down this road of like, so then I like a year later I got up the gumption again to watch Gremlins, and I just loved it from that point on. And it was the same thing with every horror movie. It was like I dare myself, to keep going and going and going. It was like after a while, it just became like this shit is just like a comedy or anything else, right?
Right.
Just instead of laughs, you got kills. Like that's really what it is.
Brian Barth, speaking of Kubrick, he wants to know about thoughts on Eyes Wide Shut. I've never seen it, so I can't.
I have not seen it since it first came out, but it's a eye-opening movie. Let's say.
Yeah, I don't.
Not my favorite of his. Probably my least favorite Kubrick movie, actually.
Yeah.
My dad, I was gonna say my dad said that one wasn't too great. Is what he told me, but no, a Gap Stargate asks if what do I think about Apocalypse Now? I haven't seen it, but I bought the final cut in Steelbook.
Good.
The redo. But that's cool. So there you guys go. But yeah, it's like about the stuff that messed us up as kids, or got us to what we like. But I think it's to you, Tom. So what do you got?
Let's see. What do I got here next? This is an older one, and I think Mike brought this on before. I don't think I brought it on because I didn't get a chance to watch it till this week. But Tremors,
Tremors, yes,
Arrow special edition.
I just got it, but not the special. I just got the 4K.
Okay, well, I think the only difference
that so badly
is I think the only difference then is just the goodies. But no, it's a really great transfer. Awesome new special features. Of course, it's a classic film. We did a whole discussion on it on Midnight's Edge After Dark this weekend. Script and I did. So yeah, it was a
I caught some of that actually.
Yeah,
That
cool.
was good.
Is-
Good
is-
stream.
That's one of the movies where like people hear about Tremors and they like kind of sort of laugh at it, but then when you watch it, it's like people instantly fall in love with this movie because they finally see how good this movie actually is. It's like a very special movie that I don't think a lot of
Yeah,
people.
I watched.
You go ahead.
No, I was gonna say yeah. I watched it fairly recently and I really enjoyed it.
I mean, even when you get Kevin Bacon who comes back and watches it and says like that's one of his best movies, and it's just a real good movie. I mean, you made a good movie no matter what happened at the time of its
Exactly.
release.
They're into the goddamn ground.
Love it. Broke into the wrong damn rec room, didn't you?
I mean, it looks real too. That's the thing.
Yeah, they did really. I mean, it's really good creature feature,
Yeah.
special effects.
Well, as we
everything.
talked about on our
Are the sequels worth watching? That's what I'm wondering.
Second one, maybe.
One, yeah.
After that, they kind of dipped really bad.
Mary, yeah. I haven't seen the last two. The fourth one's
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, the third one I don't really care much for.
Yeah,
Fourth
I don't
one is a
remember much of that
prequel, which
one.
isn't too bad. But then after that, I haven't seen past that one. But I've heard they're really, really, really bad.
Yeah, like I know the rookie critic was talking about him. He says like the latest ones are like Last Jedi level. And I'm like,
Probably.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
pretty
stay.
bad.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna like stay away from
They're
those.
literally on
probably.
like the 7th or 8th one now. So
Yeah, all you really do need to watch is 1 and 2, and 1's the best. 2 is like a nice little capper for
yeah, 2
Earl's
is kind of like
character.
one of those movies where when it was one of the earlier like straight to video like popular sequels like that.
Yeah,
So it kind of took me by surprise when it came out because I'm like, wow, this wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be. Like it was actually pretty good.
yeah. That's what like when I saw. I was like, they made a sequel to the Tremors, and you watch it and you're like, man, that really wasn't too bad.
Yeah, and then I just for some reason I have not seen 3 in forever, but for some reason I remember that one not being as good.
That's me too.
And then 4, like you said, that one I remember the prequel was a bit of a step up.
Yeah.
Plus, I think they went back to the original worms
Perfect.
for that one.
Yeah.
And then also then the series happened after that, and I've only seen like an episode or 2 of
The
that.
series isn't too bad. They try, but it's not too bad. But
And
it's
then,
not.
yeah, and then I barely remember 5, and the only reason I remember that one is because Jamie Kennedy's in it.
Yeah.
And then from there on out, I haven't seen them. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope the inevitable Tremors remake is halfway decent.
They
It
keep
won't
making
be.
them. Well, that's the thing. I wish we would have got that Kevin Bacon series.
Yeah, I
Never
know. I
got
wish they
that.
would have did that too.
Or at least release the goddamn pilot so we can see it.
Yeah, I would like to seen what it was. I mean, it would have been nice. But yes, Tremors is amazing, and I'm glad to hear that disc. Have you watched that? 4K?
Yeah. So all the special features, as far as that goes, you get all the old stuff carried back over from the Universal. It looked like, if I remember correctly, it looked like everything was there. Then you also got some new shit, including brand new documentary and interviews. There's a whole bonus disc full of shit, including interviews with Kevin Bacon himself. So, it's the first time he's really talked about it since it came out, I think. And he's, as you brought up, when he did it, he was on like, he hadn't had a hit since Footloose.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure if he was going to do the film. And then when it bombed, it really, demoralized him. But, he was really happy to see with history. This is one of his more beloved films, like he brought up, that, it brought him back to the series to do that TV series that never happened. But,
right.
There's a lot of great interviews on here with the original writers and director. And you can tell even some of these they even talk about COVID. So they're not old, they're brand new. Tons and tons of, like, they even got the extended versions of the interviews from the you got some extended versions of the interviews from the new documentary, and they even got some outtakes. I don't think that those were originally on the Blu-ray. So I think you pretty much got almost every deleted bit here, it sounds like, from what they were saying.
Nice. I can't wait to watch mine when I get it.
Then you get 3 early short films from S.S. Wilson, which are really, like, the first 2 are meh, but the third one, even though it's hokey as fuck, the stop motion in it is amazing. And the little character that, like, is a robot is a lot like, not like character wise like Johnny Five, but has some of the same characteristics look wise, and then it just has a great personality. Like I would watch a movie with that robot, even though it's a little educational film. The robot was done well, so like you can kind of see where these guys, because for those who don't know, they went on to do Short Circuit and then Tremors. So like, yeah, like
you can see their evolution
here. Yeah, you can see the evolution through this, and yeah, like as always, like Arrow knocks it out of the park with this one. Just amazing buttload of special features.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch mine.
Just so many. Like I couldn't even probably name them. I'd be here forever. They even got a little documentary about the music of the film, because for anybody knows, that even has a bit of a history to it. Because the original guy who did the score for it, somebody I can't remember who they said, it was a producer or something like that, didn't like the half of his score, so half of his score got tossed out, and they brought in I can't remember the other, because Ernest Truce gets credit, but then I can't remember the other composer's name. I mean, he's a famous composer, but I can't think of it. And then they ended up getting in a fight over who got credit and shit, so it was a big mess. But then on the soundtrack they released last year, at the same time they released this, it has both of their scores on it, and completion and all that business. Cool. They both get credit, so it's awesome. It's just one of those movies with kind of a strange history, and the reason it looks so good is that 99% of the special effects are all done practically in camera. There's only like 3 opticals in the whole movie.
Yep.
There's a buttload of miniature effects and full scale effects, and they used every trick in the book. There's even a documentary where the guy goes out to the original filming location, and they still have the little trenches there built.
That's cool.
Because how they would do the effect of the sand.
Yeah,
they would do is they build a trench, put the sand over it, let it settle for a while so it looked like it was part of the land, and then let the vegetation grow in and stuff like that. Well, then they would have as they would build it, they would have a bowling ball on one end, and they would have it tied. So like basically they just have to have it all pre-set up. You only basically get one shot at it, because then you'd have to reset it all. So that's what they would do. So you just pull this ball through, and it makes it look like the ground is going up. They used all these little old school effects to make the tremors like they're there, because that's the beauty of it, is it's kind of set up like Jaws, and they even talk about all the titles it went through. I mean, and everything like that. It's just it's very, very in depth.
Yeah.
Like if you are a fan of Tremors, nothing is left unturned in the special edition.
Man,
like everything you ever want to see is here. So it's got every version of the soundtrack. You got the original stereo soundtrack, the original 4.0 soundtrack, which was for the bigger theatrical release, and then a new 5.1 mix, which is pretty close to the 4.0 mix. They're very, like, I couldn't really sonically tell much of a difference. But clearly the 4.0 and the 5.1 are superior to the 2.0, but all 3 are great soundtracks. I mean, it has never looked or sounded better than it ever has before. It's from the original negatives. So, hey, like I said, most of the movie is all in camera. So there's, hardly degradation at all throughout the film. There's no cuts to random opticals that make it look like shit. So it's a great movie. I can recommend it highly.
Very good movie.
I watched it fairly recently, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
HVP, do not put that evil out into the world. It will come back on you, brother. That's horrible.
No.
We do not want Brie Larson to play Kevin Bacon's part in Tremors. No.
Do not give them any fucking ideas. Please don't.
God, no.
No, but what does the special features come with? Does it come with like a poster and postcards and shit?
Yeah, there's lobby cards. There's a poster. There's what else was in here?
See, that's the one I really wanted to get, and I didn't get that one.
Okay, because I don't know.
Then there's this little map that has like a complete anatomy of a graboid.
Oh wow!
It's like
no, because I don't know if I told you this, Tom, but I bought something from Arrow that was at a Best Buy that I went to, and it had the collector's set. But I'm gonna show that.
You can get your hands on this one though, considering how much it's going for right now. I would. Because it's not cheap,
yeah, that's why I ended up.
Can you because I've been having a hard time trying to see which one's the collectors and the normal.
Well,
if it's cheap, I think the normal one is the only one that's available anymore.
That's because that's one I got.
Which it has all the same special features. The only thing it doesn't have is all the swag.
Yeah, it doesn't have the big
case.
cardboard box
Yeah,
around it with all that.
I want to have the swag. That's just me though.
Me too. I wanted
No,
that
I
one so bad, and I missed out on it, and I ended up just having to get the disc. So, but that's a good one. And before we get into my pick, it says 4K Cinema wants to know: will Warner release Enter the Dragon on 4K?
Maybe. I think it was remastered in 4K for that Bruce Lee box set, so that's a possible future release.
Cool.
Because I think all of those
crossed.
movies were.
Fingers crossed for that. So there you go, 4K Cinema HD. Okay, so we'll go to me now. I think this is a very underrated superhero movie. The Phantom, starring Billy Zane.
Oh, nice. I think I got that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this. Bare bones, no really special features other than the trailer, but just to have this movie on Blu-ray, I had to get it. So I love this movie. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just one of those 90s movie, or yeah, it was in the 90s, right? I think 90s, but it's
96,
anyways.
I think.
Yeah, 96. So I'm looking to
Somewhere
see. Yeah,
in there,
96.
94, 95, 96, somewhere near, yeah.
But this movie is really good. It's just one of those movies that where like it's got the swashbuckling adventure style movie. You know, Billy Zane plays great as the Phantom, and Treat Williams is pretty cool as a bad guy. Christy Swanson is always hot as ever. So I liked it.
Never seen it.
You got to see that one. It's a very underrated, like early '90s superhero movie.
It's not talked about a whole lot. Like I've heard about it. It's just it's not one that's like brought up too much. And I mean, when we get to my pick, I'm going to talk about a movie that deserves a lot more attention than it gets. But yeah,
Catherine Zeta-Jones is pretty hot in that. She was young in that, so yeah, it's a good one. I mean, if you like an Indiana Jones style type superhero movie, that's the Phantom. So it's pretty cool. I like it. So I'm just glad to have that on Blu-ray. And it looks pretty good. It plays pretty clear. So
you had a slip.
I almost did it. I don't know why, but yes, it plays clear.
It's Phantom.
It's a Phantom.
Stop doing bad guy stuff. I'm gonna come over there and slap you.
I got a skull ring.
Like my purple suit. Does this make my look
it could, but not to be meaner, but it could have really went that way with that suit. So
stop it.
But it's really good.
Do they say that in that movie?
No.
I was gonna say if they say that in that movie, I could totally see why Greg likes it.
Oh, you fuckhead.
No, but he's right. Like that's what I'm saying. With that suit, it's just like you could totally be like I could see the flaming Phantom. Here I am, bad guys. I'm here to kick ass and look good.
I'm not against any of that, guys. I just everybody out there it was just a slip. So.
I think it'd be great. I'm all for this. The flaming Phantom.
Yes, and The Shadow is actually a good film, but it's probably my only film I like by that actor, who I will not name. So
yeah, I like him in Beetlejuice too. But
oh yeah, Beetlejuice. I forgot about that one. Right. Yeah. Super Mario Brothers. It actually is on a Blu-ray that you can get. It's got
import.
Yeah, you got to import it, and I think the Blu-ray might be region free if I remember correctly.
No,
it's region B.
No, it's region B. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it is. But I don't know if we'll ever get it here on Blu-ray in the U.S. But maybe one day.
Hear that, Mill Creek?
Yeah, Mill Creek. Come on, Mill Creek. You're stepping it up with Street Fighter.
Yeah, make that your second special edition. There you go.
But yeah, if you ever get a chance to see The Phantom, check it out. It's actually it's just like a really good, fun movie. You know how so many people talk about like The Mummy with Brendan Fraser? I would put it in that type of category of type movie.
Actually, I'm surprised Kino hasn't done Mario Brothers yet because they've done a shit ton of Disney titles.
Right. You would think so.
Huh. Yeah, you would have thought they would have just at least even just a bare bones.
Yeah. I'd take a bare bones of it because I like it, even if it was a bad movie. I mean,
the stuff that's on the special features in the import is good, but like, yeah, I already got it, so I don't care. But yeah, I don't even know if you can get that anymore. I don't know.
The what? The DVD
Mario
version?
Brothers, the Blu-ray. I know there was like a steelbook edition. I think they did of it a while back for Zavi or some shit, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that one was region free at all. But I assume it's just the same one from what I looked at.
Yeah. I do think Disney has the distribution rights.
Vienna
Yes.
Vista
Yep.
does, yeah, through
Yep,
Hollywood.
Buena Vista.
As
But
far as
yeah.
I know, they still own it.
Yep. So there was my pick. Runner, check it out. Seriously, it is really good. It is in the vein of like Brendan Fraser's The Mummy and all that type fun.
I'll check it out at some point. What other movies? I haven't seen The Mummy yet.
You've never seen
They just
Brendan
got
Fraser's The
I think,
Mummy?
did they release all of them on 4K or at least
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first
You can
one?
get them.
Yeah.
They're in a regular like 4K set with all three of them, or separate, or like if you can
I
find
don't
the
care about
steelbook.
And I know a lot of Brendan Fraser fans are probably gonna freak out that I haven't seen The Mummy, but no, I haven't seen The Mummy.
I
It's
don't
really
like the
good.
first one.
I've heard
That
I've
first
heard
one
it's
is
good.
really good.
What about the sequels?
The second one to me was horrible.
I like the second one, but like when it gets to the CGI and everything, it's really
No, because
bad.
I saw the CGI with The Rock as Scorpion King
horrid.
or whatever.
It's bad.
I just looked at that like online. I'm just like, that looks fucking
Sadly,
horrible.
that's not even the worst part to me.
What do you
The
consider
worst part is, and they even bring it up in the fucking movie. You have a kid. You have experienced the shit that happened in the first one. So why in the world are you dragging a kid to another mummy's tomb where you know there's a fucking chance that you could have the same shit happen that happened the first time? You know, like it's bad enough that you're dragging your own ass to that situation. You bring your fucking kid into that? No, that just, and then, you know, like,
I love Tom's rants. I love when you get on.
I never even watched the third one, even though I heard the third one was better.
I actually consider the second one better personally. So
after that second one, I was done. And then the Scorpion King being a bad guy in the second movie, and then they're like making a prequel where he's some good guy. I'm like, what the fuck? I never watched it, so I have zero context. I'm sure there's reasoning for it. I know the first Scorpion King film was fairly popular. But then they made what, a half a dozen straight to video sequels with some other guy.
Yeah, some other guy. It's all right. I mean, I've seen it. I like because I'll be honest. I like the Mummy 1, the Mummy 2, and the Scorpion King. But the Mummy 1 is the best. It's the one I've seen the most. And the Scorpion King is just, I guess it's supposed to. I didn't get that myself when I watched it. Is like when he's a bad guy in part 2, and then in this one he's a hero, and I guess it's essentially just how he came to power. So he was a good guy at first.
Give an explanation to that or no?
Technically, no. It's just like here he is. He was this poor guy. He rose to power, and I guess maybe power corrupted him for the Mummy Part 2.
That's dumb as shit.
So yeah, it's pretty dumb, but yeah, it's one of the Rock's earlier films. He's not that good of an actor in that one.
No, so I hated the second one. I remember that. So, I've not seen it since it came out.
But yeah, there's that one. And yes, Brendan Fraser is making a comeback, and I like him. He's a good actor.
He's gonna play Firefly in the Batgirl TV show.
You guys think that I'm like ruthless now? You should have seen me back then. Like that movie literally turned me off the franchise. I didn't go any further. Right? Like there's times now where I'll give shit another chance, but like even back then I was just like, nope, fuck this.
I like it. I like it because for the most part it tries to recapture what happened in the first movie, but you're right, it does have flaws. Like why would you bring your kid, the CGI, but I still enjoy it. But yeah, the first one, you just can't top that first one.
Yeah, the first one was decent. I like the first one, and then like I said, maybe I'll watch the third one at some point, but I don't know.
Jet Li is not too bad in that. So
yeah, I remember a lot.
Are there Mortal Kombat elements to Scorpion King?
No,
I don't know about that.
No, because Glenn's are saying I hope Runner doesn't think
Scorpion.
Okay, because the Scorpion King is nothing like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Exactly, he's making a joke because their names are the same.
Okay,
it's a dad joke.
I mean, there's okay. I didn't know where he was.
It's all right. You're too young to get it. It's all right. It's a dad.
No, it's a dumb joke.
It'll get funnier in 20 years. 20 years from now, you'll think of that joke and you go,
"Mother."
Oh, that was funny.
I got it.
Hold on a second. One of Spider-Man's villains is named Scorpion.
How did you get to Spider-Man to talk about Mortal Kombat?
I'm
Fuck
just
Miles
saying.
Morales.
Fuck him.
I wasn't going for the Miles Morales thing, but I'm just saying, like,
I know I was.
like that's like telling me, oh, this Spider-Man comic with Scorpion, I hope Runner doesn't mix that up with Mortal Kombat just because they're both the same characters' names. Like that's weird.
It just went over your head, man.
That is a dumb dad joke.
You'll get it later on in life and laugh about it.
Later in life, son, you'll get it.
No, I'll probably never laugh at it in life. It's unfunny.
I've been very proud of this boy for the last week. He's done some very
He's
hilarious and things that have made me proud. So I gotta back off a little bit.
He's done some good stuff.
Next time, that means a lot.
And it's to you, Runner. So
all right, this is a movie that has not been talked a lot. If you haven't seen this movie, watch it immediately. It is one of my
now.
Yes, or right now, even better, right now. I don't care.
After the stream.
No, during the stream, just play this movie. It is amazing. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. Criminally fucking underrated.
This better not be a Zack Snyder movie.
Spoiler alert, it is not a Zack Snyder
thank
movie.
God. I'm like, you're building this up so much, it better not be.
No, I basically shown like almost every Zack Snyder movie.
I know, I'm picking on you.
Okay. No, this may even be my favorite sports movie. I think
it's a sports movie.
Yeah, it's a sports movie. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think it's better. I like it more than Rocky.
Whoa.
That's how much I love this movie.
I know what movie it is.
And I shed a tear at the very end of this movie. It was
I've seen this movie. I know what you're talking about.
It is Warrior.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about better than Rocky.
Yeah, it's not better than Rocky, but it's a good movie.
I know that's an underrated opinion, but holy shit, this movie surprised the fuck out of me.
I think they're laughing at you in the chat. I'm just kidding. I think they're laughing at the Snyder joke.
Yeah, I think they are. But no, Warrior, please watch that movie. It is so good. I highly recommend that to anyone.
I
like it.
Have you seen it, Tom?
Yeah, I watched it in like passing, kind of like back when I used to work a lot, when I actually had my TV position where I could see shit, I would have movies playing all the time while I was editing. So it was one of those movies that just popped up on Netflix or something like that at some point, and I just watched it because it was new. But I just don't remember it doing that much at the time to like draw me in. But so I probably didn't give it its fair attention.
I mean, I'll admit it like it's kind of slow a little bit at first, but then it really picks up like towards the third act with the fight and all that, and just that last fight with the brothers,
Tom Hardy's and Nick. Tom Hardy's.
I mean that's basically the whole point of the movie.
What's his
really,
name?
like it's not a spoiler.
Their dad, who plays their dad,
Nick Nolte.
Their performances are to be seen.
Nick Nolte.
Yeah, they give great performances in that.
I ain't your brother, I ain't your partner, and I ain't your friend.
48 Hours, people. For you don't know who, Runner.
Ready, Hammond.
No, Warrior's great. I highly recommend it.
You know,
I would give it a second chance.
Hours.
I would give it a second chance, Tom. It is good. It's not. He's selling it a little bit because it's definitely not better than Rocky.
I know that's an unpopular opinion. I like Rocky. It's one of my favorites. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just like.
But it is a really good movie, and
Warrior is.
It's got a good story to it. So
yeah, it's good story. Criminally fucking underrated. Like it is. I hope
about it being criminally underrated because didn't it get nominated for a bunch of Oscars?
Yeah, Nick Nolte got nominated.
What I mean by criminally underrated is just like it doesn't
overlooked, perhaps. Maybe?
Yeah,
even that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not talked about. No one, like not a lot of people have seen it. It doesn't get as much praise as it deserves. Like I hope it gets more attention in the near future. Like it's that fucking good.
I like it. I do like it. Yes, it's a good sports movie.
It is a fantastic sports movie.
Major League, yes.
Cuyahoga River.
I don't know.
So
Maybe I am going too far with the whole Rocky thing. I don't know. I gotta rewatch the Rocky movies.
it's a Rocky-esque movie.
Well,
So,
yeah, it's just it's MMA, but yeah.
well, it's still you can still have an underdog. It can be MMA and still be similar to Rocky. So,
Hey, yo, Mick, did you put
Well,
my stuff on
yeah.
Skid Row?
I mean, I could see the elements in it, but
You're a bum.
this was more like of a family like aspect to like a sports movie.
You want the bird? Go out there and get the bird.
I like how I'm not talking about Rocky, but Tom's just quoting Rocky.
I love Rocky.
No, I love Rocky too.
But no, I agree with you, Runner.
What about
really good.
Paulie? You don't ever worry about me.
What about Paulie? I'm your brother.
You're dried up.
No, but this last pick, I think you're gonna be very happy.
I like Warrior. I own Warrior Runner. It's good.
Yeah, Warrior's good. Do you own a 4K or Blu-ray?
I don't own Blu-ray. I don't have it on 4K.
Okay, yeah, I had to get the 4K.
But yeah, I agree. Raging Bull better than Rocky. I like Rocky better, but I think it's because of my age. Is like Raging Bull was like a little before my time, but it's still I know it's a good movie.
Raging Bull is a bit more of a because don't get me wrong, I love Scorsese.
Yeah.
It's not one of my more favorite of his films, though. It's a very even though Rocky and that are about boxers, I feel like they're two completely different toned films, and the main characters are very dissimilar. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would say it's kind of like how people compare The Howling and American Werewolf in London.
Kinda.
Tom. On the front of here, it does say nominated for an Academy Award, Best Actor in a Supporting Role. So yeah, it did.
Yeah, Nick Nolte.
At least one.
Yeah, it got nominated for something, but it wasn't like Best Picture or any of that shit.
Oh, I thought it did get a couple of award nominations.
No, this only says one.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
Streets is good. Yeah.
Yeah. It should have gotten more nominations or at least won something.
It's not bad. It's a good one. I like it.
It's like I said, I don't care. It's underrated. Like I know. I'm not to say that like most people think it's bad because I think a lot of people. I mean, I've like no one that has seen it. I feel like complained about it. I think almost everyone says that's seen it.
Is Rocky before Raging Bull?
Yes. By like
2 shit. Years. Maybe it's because it's black and white, which I have no problem with black and white movies, but maybe it's because it's a black and white. I always think it's older.
That's another reason why the complete aesthetic of Raging Bull is completely different than Rocky. Like Rocky is told like a sweet fairy tale almost in a way with like a dark undertone, like as to where Raging Bull is just like it's in the title. Like it's a very blunt film. Yeah. It's very in your face in a lot of ways.
Now I feel stupid for thinking that. I don't know.
I think you're all right because I think that the black and white does throw you off a little bit, and it doesn't feel like because I think it came out in 80, but the movie does feel very 70s and
that's why I've always felt it felt like an older movie than Rocky for whatever reason. But hey, yeah. But it's like we like Rocky and the Raging Bull. Runner's got Warriors, and I like Warriors, so like I said, I own it, so it's a good one.
I said, I love Rocky too. It's definitely one of my favorite sports movies. I might be going a little too far with Rocky, but I haven't seen Rocky in like years.
Yeah, but you know,
because I watched
no Congo.
Congo.
Nice.
Right,
what do you? Is it mine or whose turn is it?
I think it's your turn because Runner just went. Yeah,
is mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Or did you go, Tom?
Or do I go after Runner? I thought I went before Runner because I just did Tremors. He just did Fighter.
Did I do Phantom? I did Phantom.
You mean No, you did Phantom. Oh yeah, you did Phantom. I did Warrior, and then Tom.
Oh, so it's Tom. Okay,
yeah,
so it's
Tom. Oh, it is my turn. Okay.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's do this one next. All right, we got speaking of Paramount Blu-ray 4K Blu-rays, we got The Addams Family with more Mushka. This, of course, is taken from the original 4K scan from the negative. It has the extended and the theatrical cut. The extended being just the Mamushka scene, but it's still pretty good. And then as far as special features go, you get a couple of new ones. It is missing the trailers from the original release, and there is no Blu-ray in here. You just get the 4K and a digital copy. So I already gave away my Blu-ray, and I wished I would have pulled the trailers off at first. But I'm assuming they're probably on YouTube somewhere. So, no, it was a really great release, and it's a classic film. I'm sure you guys have seen it already.
Yes.
I mean, it was one of those movies that when it came out, I was just like, God, that was awesome. And I think everybody ended up liking it more than they probably thought they would have.
I know. It's one of them. It's another one of the movies that kind of sneak up on you when you watch it. You don't expect it to be so good, and then it's like really good.
Perfect cast. The humor is amazing. The production design is awesome. Barry Sonnenfeld's first directorial, or first run as director. Before that, he was like Danny Elfman, or not Danny Elfman, Jesus, Tim Burton's cinematographer. We were talking about Danny Elfman earlier.
Yeah, earlier.
Tim Burton's cinematographer and shit like that. So I mean, this was his first try at it. Funnily enough, while watching the special features, I found out that this was one of the movies that if Orion had originally started doing, if they hadn't gotten rid of it and sold it to Paramount, it probably would have saved Orion Studios.
Really?
Because if you think about how much of a profit this movie made, because it was huge. Let me look.
Yeah, it was a big movie. I saw it in theaters, man, when it was released. So
yeah, it came out that Christmas of what was it, 90 or 91? I can't remember which now. I think it was 90.
Yeah, I think it was 90.
Not 91. Okay. And it made $191 million. I don't know what
that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
The budget was about $30 million. So yeah, it was very profitable. That could have probably saved Orion Studios had they not sold it to Paramount. But
that's crazy.
In the end, yeah, the merchandising for this was crazy at the time. I mean, you had the song by MC Hammer, you had cereal, you had toys, you had Happy Meal stuff. I think there was. This was famously one of the movies that Paramount sold for Christmas one year with like Wayne's World and a couple other movies for like $4.99 at McDonald's. So I'm sure
remember that.
people remember growing up on this movie because they had a copy of it. I mean, the special effects are great. Film holds up. The only time the movie is, just with like typical movies of the time, when they do the optical effects for like Thing, like those kind of things stand out. Yeah. Outside of that, the movie looks beautiful. So I don't know if Mike watched it yet. So I have the Addams Family trailers. Okay, cool, Mike.
Yeah, awesome. He's got them on his HD.
Yeah, because that's the only thing it's missing is for some reason they didn't carry over the trailers. That's been a notorious thing lately.
Yeah, they've stopped putting a lot of trailers on things lately too, which is weird. But let me ask you a question. Do you think the movie would have been as popular and as successful as it was if they would have had the original ending where Uncle Fester was not to be Uncle Fester?
No. Well, I don't know if that would have affected the popularity, but I think it would have affected the sequel, which to most people will argue is in some ways even superior to the first film.
They're both pretty damn good movies, man.
Yeah, I remember both really good, but like that stuff with Wednesday, like is leaps and bounds above the like just had me rolling in the theater.
Right.
Like her at the camp and all that shit. That whole bit was just amazing.
Every time when they try to make her smile and they're like, it's creepy.
They make her watch the Disney movies and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that scene. It's a good movie.
Oh, wow.
Be the victim all your life.
I would imagine you've been a fan, Mike. Oh, that's kind of surprising. Okay.
Oh, he's not a fan. Oh, I like it. I like Addams Family movies. I've always liked them.
Yeah, Raul Julia kills it.
I've seen like parts of them on like cable, but that's about it. That's my experience for Addams Family.
And people forget that like Angelica Houston got top billing for this movie.
Right. It does say her name. I've never noticed that before, actually.
Well, she was the bigger star at the time. Not many people knew who Raul Julia was outside of what was it, the I can't remember the movie he was in before that, but yeah. Even though on the back of the Blu-ray she gets like third billing underneath Christopher Lloyd and Raul Julia. But in
I
the
gotta say
original,
though,
in the original credits, she gets top billing for my right.
if
Yeah,
it wasn't
she
for
still is in
Raul
the original
Julia, I
credits.
mean, in that first movie, I don't know. That Raul Julia is just like the like. I'm a fan of the TV show, and I love John Aston as Gomez, but fucking Raul Julia killed that. He knocked that shit out of the park. So
Yeah. Well, not only that, speaking about being ahead of its time, if I remember right, Barry Sonnenfeld's an openly gay man since that
right.
way back when too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Overall, it's a great film. I love it.
I enjoy it. I'm with you, Tom, on it, and I can't wait to get my 4K
Perfectly
copy. So
cast. I mean, just brilliant. And Christina Ricci, like I said, she even going on, and she's the reason actually they changed the ending. I don't know if you knew that.
yeah, I knew they had her. She asked him to change it.
Well, she not only did she ask, but she laid out all the reasons why he should be the original Fester and why it makes sense that he's the original Fester.
Right.
She was the one that went to Barry Sonnenfeld at the age of what, 9 or 10?
Yeah, I think they said she was 9 at the time.
And she laid it all out. He's like, she came to me like an adult and she convinced me.
Yep.
She was like he was like, she was the world's smallest adult. She just came to me and explained to me and all these succinct reasons why it had to be that way. Or the audience was never going to forgive him or something like that.
But I mean, I'm surprised there's got a lot of people in the chat here that don't really like it, and Mike likes the Munsters. Yeah,
well, that's a whole different debate, man.
Like Martin says he didn't like the movies, and Gap Stargate says I only like the TV show. It was just like I can't believe it. So
Sonny Bono didn't play Gomez.
Yeah, it was John Aston.
It was John Aston.
See, I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan, and but I always preferred the Addams Family over the Munsters. But that's another one of those like you can't really. They're different because like one is like supposed to be like Munsters,
yeah,
and the Addams Family was not like Munsters. So
they have similar, they have similar traits, but like the Addams Family to me, I think has the edge. Like overall with the humor, because the Munsters is almost like a one-note joke. To where the Addams Family, even though it's like similarly in sense, but like it's just like a perfect example. She's like, she's walking with that knife and she's like, "Is that for your brother?" And she's like, "Yes." She's like, "I don't think so." And she grabs the knife from her and gives her the big fucking cleaver.
Yeah. I love that scene.
And then like, and the other mother's like, "Oh, I could just eat you up." And she's like, No, too young. Yeah. But Mama, it's for charity. Yes. For orphans and widows, we need more of them.
And I love when they steal the street sign in there at breakfast, and he's like,
the stop sign. I mean, it totally got the show. It totally got the characters. Yeah. And then I loved my favorite line, of course, is would you like to buy some lemonade? Are they made from real lemons? I only eat natural things or whatever. And she's like, "Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?" "I don't know. Are they made from real Girl Scouts?" That line is the best line in the whole movie. But yeah,
it's good, and I love it. And don't get me wrong, I love the Munsters too, and I love the movie that they made with the Munsters. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the movie. I actually just watched it. Where they go to Transylvania or whatever, they win a house, or they relatively live in a house, which is a good movie. But I just preferred the Addams Family. That was just me. But I love the Munsters too. So, but the Addams Family, the show, the movies, I think that's one of the best like adaptations of both. So
it was to me personally, it was a good run. Like you had a couple of those in the '90s that I think is extremely underrated in my opinion, and the Addams Family was the heap of the pack.
Yes, Munsters Go Home. Yeah, Munsters Go Home. Sorry, that was just.
Well, I don't know if they're actively trying to be scary or spooky. It's so much that they're completely oblivious to the fact, right? Like they definitely are sadomasochists, right? But they're oblivious to it. They think that's just the way people act, right? Like it's part of the joke. It's kind of, I don't know.
I always thought it was kind of like the joke, like the Brady Bunch movie kind of did that joke, but with like the Brady Bunch, you know what I mean? Like they was set in the '90s, but they were still like the Brady Bunch, and that's how they thought
the
everybody
Brady Bunch
acted.
borrowed a lot from the Addams Family.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's personally
But
that's
the
how I felt when they
monsters, the
did that.
joke there is that they're monsters and they don't see it that way. They see the rest of the world as monsters. That's
Yeah,
the
because
joke.
their niece is the weird one.
No, and I get it, Mike. But to me, like the Addams Family, they're just like they don't give a fuck, right? Like, and it's not so much that they're completely trying to be dickholes. It's just that they end up a lot of times being assholes in the process of, And the funny part is even though they're annoying and they come off as assholes, or they end up doing stuff that pisses people off or whatever, or disrupts their lives. Usually that's the joke, is that those individuals that they're disrupting are 10 times worse than the Addams could ever be, because even as sadomasochistic as they are, they're still a loving, stable, healthy fucking family. And they're very friendly individuals who will give anybody, the shirt off their back. Like, that's the whole beauty. Because, like, that's the thing, is Gomez is like the greatest guy in the world, right? Like, but even though he's completely oblivious to how much of a nuisance he is.
I agree with you, Tom. I agree with you. But
no, the monsters are oblivious, and so are the Addams. They don't play them as mean spirited in any way. I don't agree with that. Maybe in the old TV show a little bit more, but not. I don't. Yeah, because John Ashton had a bit of a mean streak in his Gomez, but not Raul Julia. Raul Julia is like a big kid.
Yeah, he was just like a really, really nice guy who just was different.
Yeah, he's a guy that's just a little too overzealous when you meet him at a bar, basically.
Yeah. I agree with you, Tom.
Like Ned Ryerson?
Bing!
Exactly. He's like a Ned Ryerson.
Yeah.
But, to each his own. I'm not trying to make you change your mind or anything.
Yeah. So
I don't think I don't think they're trying to be mean. I don't think they're trying to be mean-spirited in any way.
Yeah. But I guess we'll move on to my pick here. We got Chopping Mall.
I haven't got that one yet. I should.
Oh, this is a good one. I like it. It's got some really good special features on it too. It's Vestron.
How long has that come out? It's been out for a little while, hasn't it?
Let me see.
Last year, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to find a date on there.
I got burnt on some of the earlier Vestron ones. So that's their first one they released. It says #1 on the side.
Yeah, that's #1. Yeah.
Also, so that's an older one.
Yeah, old one. But yeah, this one's not too bad actually. I paid like $25 for it, so
yeah, that's what I mean, because I got burnt early on some of their earlier ones that I paid way too much for, and then they went on sale later on. I was like, some bitch.
I actually still think this one is at $25, so
it might be. I don't know if it's still in print anymore. That's part of the reason.
Yeah, and I get to see
Mike
cover
would know.
But if you've not seen this, don't let the cover fool you. That's one of the biggest things about this is the cover. But this is a really good cheesy 80s flick with killer robots. So it's good. It's a good one.
I'll try to check that out at some point.
It's a good one. And I mean, if you're like into like the 80s and the mall culture and stuff, it's just like it works.
I feel like Greg just has a full collection of movies like most people haven't even heard of.
I try to, I was
Mike
always
is worse.
Yeah, Mike has got some like.
Oh yeah, I mean his is crazy, but yeah,
Mike's got good one. I mean, I got stuff people's heard of.
I remember the first day when it was just me and Greg. Like almost all of his like picks are like shit like I've never like heard of, so I'm like I couldn't comment on
them. Good night, Brian Barth. Have a good night, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Night, Brian. Thanks for stopping by.
Mike says, right. Don't think any Lionsgate veteran titles are OOP.
I didn't think so either. That's why I haven't been so quick to buy them when they first come out anymore, Mike. I've noticed that they've all been pretty much in print the whole time. So
yeah, but I like Chopping Mall. Barbara Crampton's in it. What's her name? Kelly Maroney, who actually follows me on Twitter. She's in it. So yeah, it's a good movie, and it's just one of those 80s movies. And I was always, I don't get me wrong, I love movies like Kubrick and all those, but I was always drawn to like the cult cheesy films. Just I don't know, there was something endearing about those films. So that's why I like it so much. But yeah, if you've not seen it, check it out. It's pretty just crazy. It's just like the small they get the security. These robots, they're called they're called killbots now. I can't remember what they're called in the film, but like a lightning bolt strikes the mall, and it strikes into the systems, and then they go into killer robots and start killing the teens in the mall that stay after to have a party. But yeah, it's that. And yeah, Class of 1999. Tom actually brought that on 1 week. So I didn't even know that was a sequel to 84. And Great One 4K. No, that was actually Blu-ray.
Yeah, the Class of 1999 is batshit crazy.
Yeah. And then Slaughter High. I remember Slaughter High. It's crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gap said it said $25. Yeah, I figured
Yeah,
it
I'll
was
get it eventually. I'll
Yeah.
watch it. I just got Phantom of the Mall too.
So did I. I got it coming. It won't be here till like next week. So, but yeah, if you like 80s horror, Shopping Mall is a good one.
That's the one with. Wait, no, okay, never mind. I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah, Phantom of the Mall is the one with Pauly Shore, right? Yeah.
Yes, Pauly Shore.
And that one is the one with the killer robot that you got there, right?
Yeah, the Killbots.
The Killbots. Yep. Okay, so I saw that one years ago, but it's probably been 10, 15 years or so since I've seen it at least.
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, it's just one of those cheesy ones, and it's got some good special effects, like when the robots laser that chick's head and it explodes. So that was pretty cool. Yes, Shopping Mall is great. Oh no, Cynical says no. I was replying to 4K Cinema ACL.
No.
I know Class of yeah.
I don't know if it ever will get a 4K.
No, but see, like I knew about the Class of it was 84 is the original, right?
Yeah, it's barely a fucking sequel.
And then like Tom was like, "Didn't you know there's like a almost sequel called Class of 1999?" I was like, "I've never even heard of it."
Considered a sequel is because it has the same director and shit, and he calls it a sequel. But like, it is kind of it's a kind of a switch on the first movie. If that makes sense, because like the first movie is the punk kids terrorizing the teachers. Well, it's the second film. The teachers are terrorizing the kids because they're robots. Like, and it's just like, it kind of sets up like, okay, if things kept going the way they were in the 84 film, yeah, they probably would have got to this point. So it is a loose sequel. And I don't even think they mentioned it from my recollection. There's no mention of anything from the first film, no character connections at all that I remember at all. It's just so happens to be because it's a similar scenario, only reversed, and the same director. That's the only thing that makes it a sequel.
As like I said, I didn't even know it existed till you told me. And I don't know how.
Well, and I remember they say it right on the back of the original cover and shit like that. It might even still say it on the Blu-ray or whatever, but like, yeah.
And Cynical says, I never heard of 84 existed until Shout released it. 1999 was on HBO all the time. Yeah.
Whenever you say 84, you're just giving me horrible flashbacks of Wonder Woman 84.
That's true, probably.
The cheetah CGI was amazing. What are you talking about?
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Oh my god.
That was horrendous.
The Ghostbusters 2016 of Wonder Woman movies.
Yeah, it is. No kidding. Holy hell. And I've heard some people say Kristen Wiig was a good cheetah. I'm like, no, she wasn't.
Kristen Wiig isn't a good anything. I don't know where.
No,
she has two facial features and one gimmick.
Do you ever you guys ever see her on the Joe Schmo show?
No, because I make the comeback. Like, she played the same character she did in Ghostbusters 2016 and Wonder Woman.
Basically, yeah. And not only that, what's even worse is it's already been done to death between Electro and Jim Carrey and Batman Forever.
Yeah,
I know. I hate
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3, yeah.
Yeah. I hate that trope for villains, like every time.
Even in a way, kind of with Venom too, if you think about it.
The first one?
With the Spider-Man 3, but like the whole idea of
with
him being jealous of Peter Parker and shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been done. So like that was the worst idea on top of a million bad ideas.
I don't remember Spider-Man 3 too much. I'm glad I don't.
No, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty
I was gonna say I didn't think of it that way, but like when I saw the
It's more of
atrocity
a
that is one.
jealousy thing with
Good
him.
night, Gap
I know,
Stargate. Have a good
it's-
night. Thanks for stopping by, man.
I know, like I'm so sick of the trope where like it's like, oh, Riddler from Batman Forever, Poison Ivy or whatever, and
Oh, that's right. Poison
Batman
Ivy
Ron-
was similar too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that yeah, Iron Man 3, which I hate. Electro, which I like Jamie Foxx as an actor, but he sucked as Electro. And I
Yeah,
He
hated
gets
that.
a chance to prove himself now.
Yeah, I hope like this is a way better design. Even
Yeah,
though
it looks like the old costume.
Yeah, it looks like actual Electro.
And I heard Az say this on the real BBC. The only thing that doesn't represent Electro is that he's different race. That's my only thing still. I like Jamie Foxx as an actor, but why do you have to cast him as Electro of all characters?
Mm.
I mean, he's a good actor, but I don't know. I hated his Electro, and I hated The Amazing Spider-Man 2 so bad.
Tom loved that movie.
Did
Yeah,
you say
totally.
you?
Amazing Spider-Man 2? Oh yeah.
Yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Talk about a movie that helps make Spider-Man 3 look better.
Oh, I agree. I've heard people say 3 is still worse, but I disagree.
No, 3 is bad, but
yeah, 3 is not good. The only things I didn't like in 3 were the Sandman retcon
Yes, that's the worst
and the
part.
the Venom's the worst part for me.
Well, it's because they made him put Venom in, and he's not a fan of Venom.
He's not a fan of Venom. They shouldn't have done Sam Raimi like that. And from what I've heard,
I hated the Sandman bit though.
Yeah, Sandman was not.
I like Kristen Hayden Church as Sandman. I think most of the Sandman arc is really good in my opinion. Like that's like one of the few good things in that movie. I hated the retcon with the death of Uncle Ben. That was horrible. And I mean Topher Grace's Venom was fucking atrocious. Yeah, let's cast a kid from that 70s show as Venom. Yeah, great fucking idea.
What's your pick, Runner? Your final pick of the night?
All right. Let me I don't need to give an introduction to this. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
I told you I'd get you.
Nice.
It
you
is
finally got it.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I like Halloween.
Oh, you've seen it before? Oh,
yeah. I saw it over the summer for the first time. I like it. I need to rewatch it, to enjoy it more like most other people have. But no, I'm very happy I got the Scream Factory 4K because Greg said that it's good transfer and
it is. It looked good.
Yeah, I got this. Like I bought it from Shout along with 3 other movies
that you're saving.
Yes.
But I agree. I think it is a great transfer.
I'll tell you this. Most of them are John Carpenter films.
Nice.
And one of them's a Sam Raimi movie.
Did you ever compare to the Lionsgate one, Tom?
For which release? I'm sorry.
The Halloween. Did you ever compare the
Lionsgate? Yeah. I thought we talked about that one. Yeah.
Yeah. We when I had it and you had it, we talked about it. But
it has that dingier, darker gray look to it. But I guess I don't know where they got that idea, even though some people claim that's the way it always looked, because there's a lot of people who now are saying that they prefer that one. But I'm gonna go with Dean Cundy on this one. I guess I prefer the Shout Factory remaster with Cundy's. I think it looks better with the gold.
Yeah, I do too. I think it looks a lot.
That's
better.
My remembrance better of the video. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm remembering things wrong if people are right, but because there was one guy who has like a 16 millimeter print or whatever from back in the day, and he, was comparing it and shit. But like, I don't know.
I don't know, but that set is totally worth what you're getting in that. So it's good, Runner, and you definitely should check that out and watch it because you're going to love it.
Oh, the 4K?
Yeah, you'll love the transfer and everything. I know you said you've seen it, but you'll love it. It'll be like rewatching it again for the first time.
Yeah. No. So this thing comes with 3 discs. Of course, the first one is the 4K, and then there's the regular Blu-ray, and then there's a Blu-ray with original Blu-ray color timing. So like,
Yeah, it's basically I think
what's
the
what's the point of the 2 Blu-rays?
Well, you
Okay,
get one gives you the TV version. So
well, what it is the one from now the one Blu-ray is the same as the 4K release. It's just the Blu-ray version, so it's the remastered version.
Okay.
And then the other one is the one from their 2007 release, which is closer to the Lionsgate to color timing. It might even be the same scan and release. I don't know for sure.
Well, let me
Mike
check.
would know.
Yeah, it says disc 2 new 2021 4K scan from the original camera, negative approved by Dean Cundy. Yeah.
Yeah, and that last disc, that's all it
the
is.
Blu-ray.
It's basically the same thing from the 2007 box set is all. It's just the old version of the Blu-ray. Plus, I think they brought it in there more so just because it has some special features and shit they didn't carry over.
Okay, I was
So it
gonna
was
say
easier
that.
than just like
I always assume that probably had like the special features.
that, or there was just enough people that bitched and griped about the color timing aspect of it. I don't know. Who knows?
What do you think about the box art in person? Because it looks better in person, but still, that art.
I hate it.
Yeah. What do you think, Runner?
Sorry, what's up?
The box art. He's just like gone.
Oh,
what do you think about the box art
like,
in person?
I'm glitched out. I'm glitched out a bit, so I couldn't hear what you were saying.
It happened to me a lot.
This box art.
Yeah. Do you like it in person? Because me and Tom, I think it looks better in person, but it's not good art.
It's fine. I don't hate it.
I'd have never
understand
bought
the
the
hate, like-
posters if I hadn't have gotten them just to like.
No, I don't. I mean, I did switch. I did switch it to the original poster.
That's what I did.
Yeah, like I always do that for most of my Shout factories. Like the other side is always better than the one that they like give you, if that makes sense. And yeah, I just switch it to that. It just makes a whole lot more sense. And your whole box is black. It's great.
He was posing for his Haddonfield High School senior photos. So he's like, throw the leaves behind me, and I'll hold the knife like this.
Do this make me look cool?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it like most people do.
I don't know. I'll wait to sell them in a couple of years when they're worth more. I'll make enough off the 3 posters that I want to sell. I'll just keep the Halloween 3 poster. I like that one.
Yeah, I thought the Halloween 3.
If anybody is listening from Shout or Scream, which I doubt they are, but if they are, Gary Kissel, get a hold of him.
Yeah,
dude does great fucking art. He could do some amazing box art. Affordable.
I mean, I love his Bruce Campbell running time. I got him.
You would know. You hired him to the picture that I have on screen right now.
Yeah, right there.
He got paid again for it when I bought it from him. So.
He's a good man too. I haven't talked to Gary in a while. I need to get him back on here one day. I haven't talked to him.
I love Gary, but he's so busy with everything, and he's had so much shit happen to him in the last.
I know.
I feel sorry for the guy.
I feel bad for him too, man. But yeah, it was good. Runner, I'm glad that you're growing and you're getting this great collection of like Halloween and even like that Man is Still set and everything.
2001.
Yeah, 2001, the Stanley Kubrick box set. I mean, Runner, what have you done? And he's probably not hearing us because
you roboted like a motherfucker. But I pretty much understand what you're saying. You were saying like, oh, you've grown and expanded your collection, and you were basically saying like, what have you done? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you've grown up, man.
I have evolved.
Now you need to start doing reviews on these on your channel.
Here's the thing. I told Greg this backstage before the show, like in terms of like me doing more content, because most of it's just like movie reviews and like trailer reactions. I want to do more like physical media type content, similar to Greg, but
you should. But,
yeah, I need to find the time though.
I know it's hard.
And I need to get a 4K, and maybe I can make like 4K content of some sort, because I've been buying like so much 4K lately. It's nuts.
It's good.
And yeah, like I mean, when I bought those 4 things from Shout, I think I bought it on Black Friday just because
tell him to do better.
because I've been this whole like spree of like physical media collecting like so much lately, and I was just like,
it's addicting, isn't it?
No, and I was just like, I gotta get the Halloween 4K from Scream.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The guy can draw better than me, but
yeah, Mike said he's friends with the artist on the Halloween set there, so he had to replace someone else, and there were contractual obligations as to what he had.
for fuck's sake, because it looks horrible. Like I like Greg. You're not kidding. Like it looks like somebody trying to do their fucking high school fucking.
Yeah, they're senior photos. Just throw behind me, dude. I got the knife.
Anybody got a leaf blower?
Runner is good. Daniel's son to Tom's Miyagi. Hey, don't leave me out. I've coached him a little bit. Tom knows more than me, but I know a little bit too.
You have learned much today.
But it is, once you start like collecting and stuff, it gets real addicting. It does,
dude. It's no joke. It's like crack on a whole new level.
Indeed,
dude. Especially when you start getting to movies like you've never seen, and you finally start watching them, and you're like, "Holy shit, these movies are good."
I know that's why I got movies like, I already said this in the stream, like A Clockwork Orange, because Tom asked if that's what came on the Kubrick set, and I said no, but I did buy that just so I can get myself to see it. Like I bought the Raid on Blu-ray, the collection, so I've only seen the first one just so I can get myself to see it. I fucking loved it.
There you go, man. Perfect.
And I pre-ordered Ron on 4K Steelbook, the one that Mike showed.
Yeah, from last week.
Yeah, because it was only like $18 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that. Like I need to get more into like kind of like the Asian cinema stuff.
It's a good place to start.
And I mean, I love that art. That's what kind of like hooked me. I'm like, I gotta get that.
It's a good one. You did good tonight, Renner. Proud of you. Tom, what do you got for your final pick?
Well, I got some more music here, but
nice.
I don't know if I'm the only Beatles fan in the house.
You probably are.
Probably am. All right. Well, recently,
the Beatles are decent.
Get Back premiered on Disney.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch that.
But prior to that, we got, which it's one of the special editions they've been working on, but it is almost like a nice counterpiece to Get Back. It's the Let It Be box set that was just released here just before this came out. Now this has 6 discs altogether in it, including a Blu-ray version of the album in Dolby Atmos, DTS 5.1, and 2.0 PCM. It has the original album. It has the Get Back sessions. It has rehearsals and jams. It has the Glyn John mix from 1969. It also has a Let It Be LP, which has different versions of the songs from the album. And it's just a great collection. It has a nice hardcover book with it. It did come out in vinyl as well. But and you can even use like that for the front, or you can push the CDs to the front. And
I like that. I mean, I'm not a huge Beatles fan, but I mean, I like the Beatles. So.
Like you can do that instead if you want. So like, it's
I'm
really
kind of
cool.
with Greg. I like the Beatles, but I'm not like huge on them. Kind of like Tom and Yellow Flash.
Well, they've done. This is the latest one. Did they do Abbey Road yet? I'm trying to remember. I don't think they've done Abbey Road yet. I think that's coming though. But they've done Sgt. Pepper. They've done. Maybe they did do Abbey Road already. They did Sgt. Pepper though for sure. They've done the White Album and something else. I can't remember which one, but like I've gotten them all, and I've gotten some of the Lennon and Harrison and McCartney releases on their own as well. So I mean, they've been doing a really great job with remastering and bringing these out. I know some people are not as keen on the new remixes, but I think they're great. So I don't know. Yeah. I guess
it's not bad, man. I mean, that's a really great set to have. That's really cool. I like it, and I like the little, like you said, how you could take the CDs and the records out to the front stuff. But like, I like the Beatles, I do, but I've never been like huge into them. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this is one where even though it's on vinyl, I can't. I think one of the releases I think was from an Analog Master, but I'm not so sure about this new one. So you'd have to check into that, because like that's my thing with vinyl. I really, if it's coming from a digital master, it's kind of pointless. I will just have the CD, which I generally go for the CD first. So no, I can recommend it highly, though. It's a bit pricey. It's like $100 some bucks, but it might go down here for Black Friday at some point, especially now that Get Back is out. So
Yeah, and I do want to watch that. I mean, Peter Jackson did that, and it looks good. So I do want to watch that. So
I have some minor gripes, but other than that, it was a really fun experience. Yeah,
it was good because I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, the only downside is he used DNR like mad on the 16mm footage. It looks horrible.
Oh,
like everybody looks rubbery and shit. It's but when it kicks into the 35mm footage at the end, you can't really tell. I'm sure he applied DNR to that too, but it doesn't look as bad.
Well, Peter Jackson, he likes to experiment, so
yeah. Well, I'm sure it's because he's like, I don't want the grain.
Yeah, I like the grain though. Personally, I really like the grain.
It take away clarity if you do that shit.
Exactly. Cynical says the Beatles are one of those bands that did so many songs I like, but never knew who sang them. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that because I've heard songs where I was like, "That's the Beatles."
Well, for instance, "Yesterday" is the most covered song in history.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Yesterday? Was that any good?
I haven't, but I haven't watched it. I know how it ends, though.
Oh.
I've heard decent things about it.
It's one of those movies that came on and it was like came and went, and then I was like kind of interested in it.
I've heard mostly good things, and I bought it for Black Friday one year, and just haven't watched it yet.
John Lennon was it 41 years ago
on this day, December 8th? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah. Holy cow! I didn't even think about that. Wow. So I guess kind of good timing for me bringing that up.
Yeah, there you go.
Random Brad Creator. I brought that on randomly. But
shout out Random Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do Credit Kid 2 and 3 come with digital codes?
Yes,
Tom?
they do.
There you go, Tom. I'm going to be hooking that up too.
So. I need to get that set so bad.
I forgot to give away one earlier.
I heard you was going to do that on the 4K for you.
Yeah, I caught some of that, and then I heard you say
on
that you were
Twitter or something.
There. Last I heard about Dead Alive, like Tom talked about last week, and is that Peter Jackson said it's in the works, but we don't really know. He said he had to put it on the back burner because of the Beatles documentary. So that's all I can tell you about Dead Alive 4K at the moment. But yeah, that's pretty cool, Tom. Am I roboting? Am I glitching?
No, you're fine.
No, you're good now. Surprisingly enough in my end.
And sometimes it comes in clear, sometimes it doesn't. I like that. Randomly a great choice. So I guess it's me. I know some people don't like this movie, but I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. The Man Who Knew Too Little, starring Bill Murray.
That's on Blu-ray?
Yes, that's out on Blu-ray.
Oh, good. I know to avoid it then.
Oh, really? You don't like it? I knew you wouldn't.
It's one of my least favorite Bill Murray movies.
That's what I was going to say. I know a lot of people don't like this one. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why I like it. I just do. I think
it
it's
has
hilarious.
Some moments, but like it's.
I think it's because it's so like Bill Murray just comes across as not Bill Murray like.
He came out in his smarmy period.
Yeah.
Like it's clearly I'm banking, I'm making some money, I'm doing a bunch of paycheck movies. He ended up making that Elephant movie at the same time, which was better than it had a right to be, and then that one came out soon around the same time, and there was a couple other ones that he did. It was just like, sorry, but not trying to drag it down.
No, that's okay. I mean, because I've kind of figured nobody was going to like this one for those who have seen it, because I know this is one of his least liked films, but there was something about this I really liked. I found it funny.
I mean, it had potential. It had, like I said, it has some moments, but yeah.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. But yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
and
Walmart sucks now.
Dalton B, thank you, man. Yeah, Sam Goody, Walmart's movie section is trash. It is really bad. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the replay when you check it out. But yeah, I knew that with bringing it on, it was kind of going to be like a movie, but yeah, that movie.
I should have gone last for the Halloween.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have done that one first.
I should have did that. Well, I wasn't going to do I was kind of going to save the Freddy to last, but then you
should have.
You should again. Like I did the Man of Steel thing. Just get the whole argument out of the way.
Well, I didn't. I knew that was
an argument.
I
shouldn't say shit. I saved what I thought was going to be the coolest one for last, and it ended up being the worst. So.
It's not bad. No, I like the beat. I liked it.
But the conversation went nowhere.
Exactly. Like the reason I picked Halloween last is just so I can like surprise the shit out of you.
We have talked to Halloween to death.
Yeah,
I know, and I brought that up, and it's weird having to like show that off and like. Because if I had it around October, I would have.
I almost brought on Die Hard, but I remembered you brought it on like one of the last times.
Yeah, I did. I did bring on Die Hard, in 4K.
But yeah, I was going to say
when it had the slipcover.
I was going to say the Freddy, but then we got into talking about soundtracks, so that's why I brought in. So, but yeah, that was my bad. Sorry, everybody. It's not the best movie in the world, but I like it.
Yeah. How does it hold up? Still pretty for you?
It's good. I like it. I mean, it's an acquired taste, but I like it, and it's got Doc Ock in it, man, and he does a much more convincing Russian accent in this than he does in Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, that was kind of at the end of a Bill Murray era, and then he tried to do the whole like I'm going to be a serious actor thing.
Yeah. But hey, it is what it is, man. But it's nowhere near as good as his other movies. Like we've talked in the past, his movies from the 80s and everything. But I just kind of liked it. I don't know. It's just like, I guess I saw it at a time where I've seen so many Bill Murray movies, and it just seems so out of character for a person that he played. And I don't know. I just always liked it.
Yeah. Like Tyrell said, it was like that, and then there was a drought for like 2 or 3 years after that till he was in Rushmore.
Yeah.
Then he kind of had a resurgence again with that.
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah.
That's a crazy movie.
I need to get that one. Is that on Blu-ray?
I think it is. I do think it is on Blu-ray, but I'm not fully sure. Yeah, Scrooged. I will be watching Scrooged.
Favorite one of his. Yeah.
I would like to get a 4K of that.
I don't know if we ever will. It'd be nice.
It would be nice. Oh. Larger Than Life. Haven't thought about that movie in decades.
You know what's sad is it was better than it had a fucking right to be. That was
it did. But yeah.
All right.
Oh, but that was it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Criterion does all of Wes's movies. I forgot. Thank you, Taro.
There you go. So yeah, it is. But yeah, sorry for the last droll there with that. I should have saved my Freddy. Right. That's my bad. I knew the man who knew too little was going to be a little bit of a.
Should have jumped off of Ghostbusters and done that one.
Yeah.
Greg is becoming the new runner now.
Yeah, this week you are nominated runner.
Oh shit! I gotta step up.
I thought I had a bad week. I'm like, shit, I didn't get nothing washed. I'm picking on you.
I know. I've been stepping up my game.
Well, one of the things is like I haven't got too many new ones here recently because of Christmas, and I got like 20 people to buy for. Yeah. So, and like I kind of spent my Black Friday money on Freddy soundtrack there. So.
Yeah, I can hear you there. That was not cheap.
Yeah.
What about Bob? Has not gotten any re-releases.
Yeah. What about
Bob? Shitty DVD release? I can't believe that's not one that Kino Lorber hasn't done yet.
It's crazy.
You'd have thought when they commissioned all those ones from Disney, that would have been one of the first ones they tried to get their hands on because that was one of their more popular. Like, I don't think it did much in the box office, but it was a heavy seller and rental.
I know. I remember.
Like, I can't believe they haven't re-released
all the time.
There's like a half a dozen titles that Disney has that I cannot believe they just sit and do nothing with.
I can. It's Disney.
Yeah, I know, but like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was only released through their fucking Disney Movie Club. That was one of the biggest fucking movies in 1989.
I know, that's ridiculous. I do hate that Disney Movie Club crap too, because there's like they give you Blu-rays through that you can't get anywhere else.
No special features whatsoever, and they get no respect. The transfers are to decent. I've got a handful, and they're expensive as shit if you got to buy them.
Yeah.
And usually they try to work it to where you can't get the numbers if you're doing the initial thing, which they don't, because they don't like giving you the expensive ones. But like, yeah, and then there's some of them, and it just makes no sense. Like Black Cauldron, it's remastered in 4K. We still ain't even got a Blu-ray of it.
You could, yeah, that's true, isn't it?
It's on 4K on on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You can watch it right now.
That's true. That's
There's
bullshit,
so
man.
many other fucking movies they just treat like shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Mighty Ducks, another one that's in the goddamn movie club.
That's what I'm talking about.
Only the movie club.
They got all
Mighty
three of
Ducks
them.
was a huge goddamn movie. Son-in-Law never's gotten a release on Blu-ray or DVD. Or it did get a DVD, but it was a fucking Laserdisc transfer.
Yeah, it was not very good.
And that was a big fucking movie of theirs, too.
Yeah, I would love to have Son-in-Law on Blu-ray.
They have a shit ton of movies that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think
Black Hole is another one, yes.
Yeah, Black Hole.
20,000 Leagues is another one, yes.
And I mean, we did get lucky enough with a Flight of the Navigator, but it's
that ain't even them.
That ain't even them. You got to buy it. It's but you can get it, even though it's not from them. Now we're supposed to be
getting a 4K release. Did you hear about that?
I haven't heard about that.
That was the one I forgot earlier to talk about. God damn it! Yeah, I heard a rumor that since it was remastered in 4K for that foreign release, I heard that one's rumored to get a release here somewhere. I don't know through who, but yeah.
Well, I hope so, because I'm about to import the
Last Starfighter. I'm assuming will be eventually too, because that one's been remastered in 4K as well.
Didn't Arrow just put that album?
Yeah, but that was just the remaster. It didn't have a 4K disc in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got.
Yeah, so I think Universal's going to do the same thing they did with The Thing and release that as just a flat 4K Blu-ray.
But yeah, I mean, Keanu Lorber, get on. What about Bob? Mill Creek, hit us up. We'd love to have your people on here and talk to you guys about where you're planning on going with this whole Street Fighter stuff. Yeah, Disney, get your head out of your fucking asses and start releasing the movies that we want on Blu-ray.
They won't.
They won't. They won't. They got so much money. They're like, why would we bother putting these on disc? Streaming.
Well, it's not just that. It's I was just gonna say, they're more worried about putting shit up for streaming now.
Yeah.
At least we got a few of their movies. I can't believe, but even like Splash hasn't even got a decent Blu-ray release in the U.S.
That's true.
It got on DVD, but it only has been Blu-ray released on Blu-ray.
They'll just give you the edited out her butt.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Can't see Daryl Hannah.
There's a lot of those Touchstone and Hollywood movies that I wish they would release.
Like, I know they were. Yeah, I'm telling you. And I say what you will, but I would definitely love a Son-in-Law Blu-ray because I don't care what people say. That's a good movie.
There's a lot in that era that Disney had a lot of great, what I would consider young adult hits that they're just sitting on doing nothing with. I don't know. Maybe they're too problematic.
Probably. I'm sure somebody would see it and like, we need to cancel this.
I think Big Green is another one that got a release
I remember that movie.
And Heavyweights, even though that one I hate now because Paul Feig's in it.
I still like it, even though I know that guy's a douchebag.
It didn't age that well. Down and Out in Beverly Hills is another one that hasn't been released yet.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one too.
Ruthless People, another one of theirs too. I think that still hasn't been released.
Man, you're naming all these. I haven't seen new movies in years.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you start saying them like, they're not out anywhere, are they?
Yeah, they're sitting on a fucking gold mine of movies. Like they I think it was Kino. They let release another Stakeout, but who gives a fuck about another Stakeout?
Yeah, who gives
Give me Stakeout, motherfucker. I want the first one. I hate that one with Rosie O'Donnell.
I just got Stakeout on VHS too.
I know the first one's great. That second one's like, what the fuck? Rosie O'Donnell, really?
Yeah, it was horrible. It was so bad. Dragnet just got released.
Like, what?
Yeah, Runner has no idea.
I'm just enjoying the time.
Dan Blackroyd, Dragnet just got released on Shout not too long ago.
Yeah, I've actually got 2 copies on accident.
Oh, you could send me a copy of that and shit, I forgot the name.
Well, let me see about that because I think my buddy kind of already claimed it, but I'll see if
damn. What was the other movie though?
I do have
Clockwork Orange. Yeah,
I do have a foreign release of Dragnet, but yeah, maybe I don't know. I'll see what he says. Maybe
that's one of my next big purchases this year after Christmas. I'm getting a region-free Blu-ray player, and I'm gonna start getting some imports in. So after Christmas,
they've been getting I haven't had too many that I've had to use my play even when they say a lot of them anywhere say region B, a lot of times they're not.
I know.
The newest ones I've imported that have actually been region locked have been the Children of the Corn ones. Because I imported the because I kind of got pissed because for as much as I paid for the 4K release here in the US for the first one, I got all 3 of the first 3 and it came with the 4K version of the first one.
Yeah.
Like for literally like a couple bucks more from the import. I'm like, you sons of bitches.
A guy that does the commentary on is it the third or second one? I don't know. I've been trying to get him on here. He did the commentary. Yeah, he did the commentary. Him and his partner did the commentary on the second and third film.
There's a lot of special features on there, but yeah, Mike, that's the other thing is a lot of Touchstone and Hollywood's early releases. They're all just flat Laserdisc rips.
Yeah,
I remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit was that way for years, and now we just finally got a 4K release. So we'll see.
You have to report on that when you get to see it.
I've actually watched it in 4K on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah,
it looked all right. I'm assuming the Blu-ray is going to look a little bit better, but
yeah,
I mean, sound wise and picture wise, it looks great for what you know.
Cool. Taking Care of Business with Jim Belushi. That's a great one from that era that is forgotten. Yeah, Taking Care of Business is a great film.
That's out on that.
And Mr. Wonderful. I think Mr. Wonderful and them are both on Blu-ray.
Yep, Kino put them out. Yep.
Yeah. Can't Buy Me Love.
Destiny, you mean Destiny, Mr. Destiny?
Yeah, Mr. Destiny. Why did I say Mr. I said Mr. Wonderful.
I think Kino did get Can't Buy Me Love, but I'm not 100% on that one.
It's not. I've never.
Kino got a bunch of their lower level titles, but they didn't get any of the bigger ones. They got like Baby, The Secret of Lost Legend, which I enjoy, but again, they got and then Mill Creek got to do the Ernest ones. But like other than that, they really haven't. And those, good luck finding those now.
Yeah, I know. I fucking want a copy of Ernest Scared Stupid on Blu-ray.
I'm glad I got that one because that was tough. I'm so glad I got that one. I've seen now that it's tougher than shit to find.
It is. It's hard. I got Ernest Goes to Camp, and I've been trying to get Ernest Scared Stupid forever, and it's just
I got Ernest Goes to Jail, Camp, and Scared Stupid on Blu-ray.
Yeah. I need to get those. And
I had Ernest Scared Stupid on DVD, but it was full screen and it was a shitty release.
Yeah.
I've still got, I think, a copy of Ernest Goes to Camp on DVD, which is not a horrible release. That was one of the few Touchstone ones they did in anamorphic widescreen, at least.
It's true. But yeah, like you said, there's Touchstone films, man. Once you start naming them off, I was like, man, I forgot about those movies.
There's tons more.
There's tons of them I totally would love to see.
Even the Jerky Boys, for fuck's sake.
Hell yeah, the Jerky Boys. I remember the Jerky. Shit, Tom, you're taking me back with those movies.
Hey, Jerky! Talk about a soundtrack. That's a kick-ass soundtrack.
Yeah. That's good.
Good shit. Collective Soul, Tom Jones.
Yeah. But I guess we'll close it out there.
Yeah.
I was the runner for the night. Apologies.
Dan, yes. Cuffs was released last year or the year before by
Shout Select, I believe.
Shout Select, yep.
Yeah, so there you go. But thank you to everyone in the chat. Mike, we got to have you back on next week when you're free. Dan Blackwood, 4K Cinema, HD, Random Brad, Cynical, Tyrell 72, Martin Acosta Santana, Anthony Draven, Cosmic Squirrel, HVP, Berserker, Dalton B. Thank you guys all for showing up. Hell to everybody in chat and everybody who's watching. Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Runner, for coming on and for your picks. Runner, you're growing, man. You're growing. And as always.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. As always, next week I'll have a better one to play than the one I usually play. But tonight, you guys get the classic.
How you doing? Bitches leave.